what's happening? What is happening? Yeah, going on just a tad bit earlier. At two running at 9 and 9:02. I was gonna go live and do a little wagering on him, but I'd rather not. I think we won. I think we won the one race already because our horse got claimed. So that's like super winning. But we're gonna take a look at it real quick. Fucking shitty weather on the East Coast, man. It's so fucking cold and rainy. It just got me in this mood. I gotta get myself out of this mood, so getting my horse claimed is we're taking baby steps, We're taking baby steps to get there. But yeah, alright, so I think pick selection closed. Alright, so race in 6 minutes, race in 4 minutes. This is the Gambler. This is one from my good pal Tish and myself, our stable. Wasn't a bad horse. It's just you can only run your S horses in certain spots. You either gotta run stakes, restricted S stakes, or you gotta hit the graded stakes. Didn't have bad finishes. I think I fucked up by running it outside of 4 and 5 furlongs more than I should have. But that can be someone else's headache now. But yeah, you run against GVG up in RDF. RDF is so fucking tough to run in. I had some good placings and a couple grade stakes. It won a grade 3. I'm not going to use it for green, so those players are going to play 150, 200K claimer, 100K claimer. 3 starts ago, I had him in 100K claimer. He finished second. He got beat by an S minus, so that's not like too promising. I mean, it's fine, but like no weight disadvantage. Everyone's on the same playing field, and you lose an S minus. And then we ran back in a S restricted, finished second. And then fourth in a very tough S stake against some older horses in there as well. But again, I got the GVGs to deal with in RDF, and it's just too tough already. So you know what? Let someone else have fun with him. Yep, 2 claims placed on him. So I have a sneaky suspicion one of the claims is Ted from the old Zed days, but we'll find out in. It's 2 minutes plus less than 10 minutes. We'll find out because we got to go through the countdown here. The race will be done in a minute, and then 4 minute cooldown until official results. But we should win this race. I hope we win this race. I mean, like I said, we won the race already. Someone gave us a nice 100K for our little pony. What can I be mad at? Let someone else have fun with it now. I thought he would be fine in the higher level claiming races, so we'll see what happens. We made this copy 3 times already. We sold a full sister of his for just under 200K. So I feel like we're in the right wheelhouse where we want to be. Grimwald's been kind of nice to us. We've been rotating between Ace King and the fuck's the name? Zeus over in RDF. So yeah, so full Grimwald. We sold this one for 175, I think, and good for them. They're trying to get their money right now while the stimmies are piling in. Get it while it's good. And then her second full from Zeus, we hit up. We ran first, and yesterday I had to run her off preference in a stakes where she didn't belong, but also this was, a farmable race. But I'm not putting too much into this, other than we got some crown out of it. I just needed a race. I refused to go a day without racing if I can, but that was one of those things we're not passing up on. So we got her in good, got some crown, got our money back. So 30 seconds we're rolling here. See what's going on in chat. Siberian's here. What's going on? What up, OTP? Aren't you supposed to be streaming right now? The bikes? Fucking vroom vroom, yeah. Siberian. DR21, what's up? Sours, what's going on? Salutations. What's going on, Jax? Bryce, what's up? You gonna be around for a little bit? You want to come up and chill? Get your thoughts on how you're liking it so far since you got your first claim in the other day. You let me know. I'll send you the link. Do like the good old days. All right, let's go. Sharpest break. All right, stay on the lead. As long as we stay close. Just let me get a podium here. Honestly, I'm not even going to be greedy. I don't really need the win. Like I said, we won already. Someone claimed it. Love going 42 wide into the first turn. It's my favorite visual ever. All right, everyone's making a move now. First quarter. Slow as fuck. Please pull away. If I'm going to lose you, let me lose you with style. No, we're fucked. Ugh. One more kick. You got S+ heart from your daddy. Let's go. You fucking rat. Vaya con Dios, amigo. Give me that money. No. 100K for us. Ha ha ha. I love this game. Oh, I fucking love this game. Yeah, I'll send you the link in a minute, Bryce. I've never been happier to lose. Losing feels so fun. Beautiful. Now we gotta wait 4 minutes. I gotta see who won this horse. Where did we finish? 6th. God. That's rough. For whoever gets it next. Let me get the where's my next race at? Let me get my next race over and done with, and then all right, 10 seconds, perfect timing. So this is my A- ticket that I've had since opening. So let's see how he does against the young horses. If I can get a sharp break out of him, he's normally pretty locked on for a podium. Where am I at again? The 4-hole. Pick your fucking head up. Now we're cooked. Ugh. I'm pretty sure I have a 3 in start. And it just makes me sick to my stomach when my horse is trailing out of the gate. Oh my God, just falling back. I think I'm also up a furlong too much. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Fuck it. We're halfway through now. My man might pull a little slingshot action. Doubtful, but cooked. Cooked a la mode. Cooked frites. Jesus Christ, you can't even I got the weight. I got help here too with the weight, but fuck, man. You might be done for. That's it. I am running him off. 4 or 5 furlongs is where he needs to be. That's his wheelhouse, but again, it's been rough sailing. It's been fucking rough sailing with the schedule. So gotta get in where we can get in. Yeah, that was bad. That was a fucking terrible showing. That wasn't a bad showing, but there's a lot of everyone's pretty much max pref. It's a tough race. It's still a bad showing. Alright, don't care about that. We got 10 cents. Let's go. Alright, 58 seconds. Who got my fucking horse? I demand to know. fresh. Come on. The anticipation. Yeah, one good thing is now we get to go shopping. There are some more claimers tonight. I don't think we're gonna claim anything unless there's any Phillies in there. Maybe we can drop in. All right, let's see what happened. Ted got him. I fucking knew it. Ted Stimmy, baby. That's crazy. I wonder who else went in for that horse. Ted's the luckiest. Holy shit. All right, Bryce, I'm sending you the link now. Bing, 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 bing. Got it. So, all right. Yeah, good luck, Ted. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Normally I have some tips and tricks for you, but again, the races come up tough. Even the claimers come up tough. Can't really put much weight into odds. He was the odds-on favorite for that race, morning line, but like, what's that mean? Obviously, he put up a 73. Which isn't terrible. He has good numbers. He just has to stay in 4 and 5 furlongs. That's it. I fucked up by taking him outside of that. I thought because of I didn't fuck up because of it. The races were just fucking brutal tough also. But Ace King can stretch up to 8 furlongs. You're lying. That's what I thought. Yeah. So his wheelhouse was, 5 to 7. And Grimwald, in betas, Grimwald was Sly, what's going on? In betas, Grimwald could run up to 7 furlongs with ease, no problems. But once we went live, that was it. She was strictly 4-5, and it looks like, I know Sowers, I know you talked about it. I'm sure maybe some other people see it. Like it, and it should work this way. Is like they're getting their distance preference slightly more from their mother, like the father's influences, whatever. And that's kind of how it is IRL. Like you want a good mare to breed and pass over the genetics, but maybe it's just me that's noticing that because we ran him. I ran him up to 7 furlongs, and it was just poopy caca every time. And 4 to 5 seems to be the wheelhouse, but also it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I've noticed it with a couple others too. Just sifting through, like even looking through because first crop's on the field now. So like when I'm looking to buy a foal for this season or the next season upcoming, I'm looking at the results from crop 1 foal. If the horse is running like shit and it's basically a full sibling, maybe I'll take a chance because maybe you just got the bad roll. But if the mother's producing, I like to see that. Like once we get a couple more, when we get a larger sample size, we'll see more. Like some mares will be obviously producing more than others with very little influence from the stallion. And by very little, I mean like it's not gonna fucking show. Like it's not gonna be full front, up in front. Like the stats more than the preference, difference preference. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, so he's gone. But also, thank you, Ted. I appreciate your contributions to our stable. Ted's been. I'll say this: the people in chat that know Ted from the other game, he's only spent just under 25K, I think. 22K, 23K, we'll call it. He fucking spent 23K on one horse. So like, he's probably super stoked to be here now. Like, he's got a whole fucking stable for 23K, and he got one horse for 23K. So good for him. I'm glad he came over. It was, I mean, it was long overdue. It was almost like one of those things where he was going to, once he started coming back and dabbling in the other game, and people saw and took notice of him buying again. But honestly, it was really only a matter of time before he dipped his toes in this game. It's good to have him here. It's nice to have stables like him in 360 that just have fuck you money, that helps stables like myself and others go from, you know, a $500 budget to potentially more when spending now. So it's good for everyone. What a great ecosystem. All right, let's go back to races. Let's get this out of here. Old news later, bozo. It was a solid name though. Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one. But my information tells me it's the same one. And the people that I talked to, I chit-chatted with. Again, it's nice to have that. All right, racing soon. I need claimers. 15 seconds. This is dumb, but we can take a look at it and see. 75K. 83. Oh, nice. There's no overspill. It actually gave me a second race. Thanks, fellas. Yeah, I would have liked to run him in one of these two races tonight, but wrong distance, wrong preference. All right. Check Twitter real quick. All right, good there. All right, let's take a look at these claimers. All right, so this one closed, but we can see if there's anything. This is Olders. No one wants 7. That's a 3. That's a 7. That's a 7. That's a 3. That's a 7. And this is for 83. 83. Yeah, I'm likely not. Yeah, this horse is run down for 35. I'm not giving anyone. And that's the other thing too. Like, I'm not giving you 83 for a horse that's running for 35. My beliefs are this horse is worth 40K because that's the last price it ran and won for. You could even argue that it could win the. I don't even know if there is a 50 or 60K, is there? But like, yeah, there is 60K. And so you can even argue for like slightly more, maybe up to 50, but I don't think I'm giving 83 for that. That's one thing. Like, always look and see where it's running previously. Like, I'm not gonna give you 25K for a horse that's running for 5,000. You just needed the race and you got the race. But a lot, most people won't. They won't look at that kind of stuff. So cool. Sugar Jeff can piss off. We don't want that. I guess I should have checked and see, but just by looking at the charts, I don't think it's gonna get claimed. This horse is also running for less than 83. 1 for 60. 1 a restricted stake. Second. 75K, nothing. 75K. 1 for 83. 4 horse field. Probably not. Yeah, no one claimed it. Probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. Later, bozo. Here. 2-year-olds. Is this the 75K Cole Philly? Is this the fucking inbred one? Yeah. We'll leave that one open. We'll check back on that one in 4 minutes. Chariot Challenge, 12 furlongs, 83. This is juveniles. All right, so maybe there's a couple S minuses, maybe. an S also. Check out the S. Any Phillies? No, probably not. Cool. I did see they put a Philly only claimer out. No, I don't know what's gonna happen with that one. Mooncrester, no thanks. Quiet Life, no thanks. Actually, see Quiet Life. Cheeks. This is the first one on the track. No. Kind of S minuses. No. Yeah, I also doubt that I'm going to claim something like this. I think if we're going to do anything with that claim money, we got to find a Philly. So we might just look at the marketplace and see. Or I might make some calls. I'm supposed to have a meeting with Homeboy later tonight, but I do all the moves anyway, so I'll just do them. If we find something, we find something. The real thing is, do we want to stay in RDF or do we want to get something else? That's the only conundrum, really. That's good stuff. What's going on, chat? I see people lingering in now. All right. Yeah, this is Tuesday after dark, but it's not after dark yet. It's only 9:15. Let's check out and see. We have 43 minutes until they close. So at 10 o'clock, we'll shift over and we will focus our attention on the after dark races. From 10 to 11, but for the next 45, I'm going to putz around and look at some of these races, look at the marketplace, try and incinerate some money. Bryce from Sangudo Racing is supposed to be up at some point to, chit chat. What up, Mel? Oh, congrats on your sale, bud. What's up, Bryce?
Much, Ben. How are you?
It's good to see you again.
It's been a while.
It has been a handful of months, actually, since we're in season 7 now. So let's see. It's been about 7 months almost, if not more.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it would have been this spring last time I was on.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can find your stable now. Have you done any other moves or just that one claimer so far?
Just the one claimer so far. Ran it in its first race today. Took down the dub.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, so pretty happy with that. I'm excited for it. It's a Colt, but just kind of taking my time to dig in and try to learn it right here. Get a little bit of jingle in my pocket after selling Artois in a different game. So.
Yeah, well, congrats on that one. I know you didn't have it that long, but
nope.
That was, that was a big move for you over there.
Yeah, little old school, 3.5 times in 6 weeks. I'll take that all the time.
Listen, man, you're gonna love it here. Let me tell you that.
I'm mad at you guys for not beating me over the head and making me join up here months ago. So
I don't like to influence people, man. Listen, that's why I told people like last week when we were doing the gambling show. It's like, just because I say I like something doesn't mean you have to like it. Also, you should make a decision for yourself. But if I really like something, I'll never shut the fuck up about it.
I've been wanting to dig into it for a while, and then this summer I was gone for 6 weeks on vacation and just busy with other stuff. But my current gig is coming to a close here in a little bit, so I've got some time on my hands, and the market is what it is. Honestly, the team executed pretty terrific.
Listen, there's one thing that we can do when it's all said and done is we can step back, look at the game, and say we actually made an impression on it at one point. You know what I mean? With Zook and I gaming with everything, you know what I mean? You having the actual marketplace for the fucking game, like we actually did something for that game. and we didn't,
Yeah.
we didn't ask for anything in return, honestly. So that was nice.
It was awesome while it lasted in that scope. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about that here because I'm pretty jacked to be looking into photo finish and getting my feet wet. And yeah, man, boy, you talk about exactly what I personally would have wanted, being a fan of real life horse racing and all the aspects and avenues that come with that. This is a pretty tremendous looking project.
It's fun, man. And you're getting here just in time because we're close enough to where the Gen Zeros are coming up. Like, we got 2 more months, I believe. I think someone told me the other day they can run through their 8-year-old season. So we're 7 to 8. We got 2 more months, and then that's it. We're playing for keeps right now. That's the way I look at it. But once the Gen Zeros come off, we're playing the game. Like, we're in it. So and you haven't gotten to explore the breeding side of it yet. Keith's over, and like he was super stoked yesterday. He's like, yeah, now I finally understand why. I understand why y'all get so jacked around the first of the month. It's like, yeah, full reveal is so fun. Seeing what your combination shot out, like it's.
And I mean that game loop is so important, right? Like having something to get excited about every month is something that has been missing from the space for a while, to be totally honest. So yeah, I joined. I think I kind of started digging in Thursday of last week, or really digging in hard, and it's no, like I said, kicking myself wasn't here earlier, but you know what? I'm here now. I'm pretty happy with my first buy because I wanted to get one and actually experience the racing and go through the process. You know me and kind of what I like to do, so I wanted to learn and make my mistakes and mark down the things and hopefully get something prepped for people to make it easier. But I'm happy with my first buy. 100% winning percentage so far. So I won't argue
that's a good claim. The previous owner's in chat, and he wasn't too happy about losing his horse.
I see that. Thanks, Jax. I appreciate it. I'll be kind. But yeah, there was a few attributes that kind of stood out to me, and I was talking to Grand Horse actually, kind of, hey, am I crazy looking at this one here? And he said, no, I wouldn't. For what you're wanting to do looks pretty good. And, I'm fortunate that I know a lot of the community, obviously from the other game here, but yourself, MJ, Grand Horse, who honestly I had hardly ever talked to before, but just knowing the community and a lot of the guys, that, hey, I can ask stupid questions. I'm not afraid to look like a dummy because I want to learn properly. And sometimes
there's really not stupid questions when it comes to the game because it's just there's so many angles. Like there really are. Like the breeding is one fucking puzzle piece. Racing and like understanding where your horse belongs is a complete other one, and then understanding your distance preferences. Like there's different chapters. It's not just one chapter. Like it's fun. It's really fun, and that's why I liked it so much. Like even back when I didn't get in when they did the profile pictures. But I definitely told the boys in Pony Plug about it, and we were trenched in that game for for what it was. That was during the hot time, so like we passed it over, and then Zook finally got a horse at the beginning of the year, right after we had Ian on. Before the first beta, we had Ian on for an interview, and then like a couple months after that, Zook picked up, formerly known as Zucchino. I'm sure you heard us talk about it on streams before, but now it's fucking Joey Porter Jr., if you can imagine.
I heard you talking about him yesterday.
I'm not upset about that. Listen, she's producing. She's got us out of the red already. She's made us some shekels on the side with her breeding, so very happy about that. But yeah, it's like it's one of those things. Like I've known and I've talked about it, since mint. But yeah, now it's here. Now it's not. It's not very like there's very few games out there where people buy in and they stick around. Like Chicken Derby was one of them. Like we minted, and then like over a year later we finally got like some gameplay. Like we got the betas and stuff, but going live, you know what I mean? If you were here since day one, this was a long ride, and it's actually paying off now. Like the train is pulling into the station, and the station is just fucking money everywhere. It's just falling from the sky. crown
And I think you
ecosystem,
kind
how
of,
they have everything. It's great. Like,
well, you casually mentioned one of the big draws too is the team involved with this is out there. They're talking to the community. They're showing you what they're doing behind and how things can benefit. And I was following this weekend there at the Churchill Downs and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that sort of engagement with your community is so
huge.
critical and essential because if you want your game to succeed, but if players are succeeding and having fun, that's the biggest indication, right? So
Yep.
That's been the thing that's impressed me as much, if not more than anything, is the team kind of behind this and the way they're out there, they're in the community, they're talking about it. They're promoting the Kentucky Derby stream that happened the other day and things like that. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm kicking myself I wasn't here before, but I'm thrilled to be jumping in now. And
you're here now. You're here now, yep. And like
all you said,
it's very easy for you to get caught up because the relationships that we made, prior in other games, like it carried over. And like we were talking about that last week because, we've gone through our fair share of people getting stuff stolen from their wallet, blah, 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 yada, yada. And then, that essentially all eyes are on you if you were, accidentally in that situation where you bought something. Like, that is going to ride with you your entirety of being here, whether or not you're like a good sport about it. And I'm not here to tell people how they should handle their business. I'm just here to give my perspective on what I see. Some people will give things back, and that'll they'll be welcomed into the community as, all right, this is like a trustworthy person kind of deal. And then there's other people that they shrug it off, and then nobody ever does business with them in the community ever. And that's fine, honestly. Like, I feel like that's how it should be. People should weed out the people that don't do good business / whatever. But again, I don't care how it's handled. I stay on the outside of that stuff. I just give my perspective because we've seen it so many times. But having relationships in a game like this is huge. Whether it's for, buying horses, getting good deals, getting full deals, buying wombs, like like breeding deals, it's huge. It's very huge to have a solid foundation when it comes down to it. But yeah, you have the transition is very easy when you switch schools and 10 of your friends are already at the other school waiting for you. It's real nice. You think your mic's too close to the speaker.
Try that.
Potentially, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to walk in somewhere and already be welcomed. Is what it comes down to, and that comes from the relationships from the past, and that's how it should be.
No, for sure. And a lot of good people here. A lot of people that unfortunately haven't seen for a while. But I say you got my horse up there that I claimed. I like it. Bloodline there. I figured the speed would be kind of the calling card based on some of the results we had seen. So I kind of think that likely is the case. It should be a good marathoner based on the finishes of the parents, but it didn't show that in limited viewings. So I don't plan on running it there. I'll just be banging 5, 6, 7 furlong races basically.
Yeah,
that's kind of my plan.
That's the good thing about claimers too. My bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
Nope. I was just saying,
Shit, go ahead.
Let's say I think it's kind of. Yeah, I think it obviously looks right there that it's a pretty decent horse in the 4 or 5, 6, 7 furlong races with that speed. So that's kind of what drew me to it there. I figured it would win the claiming race it was in, and it did. And then put it in one today, and it won. And I've got it registered for a Grade 1 race here about 23 hours from now as well. That seems to line up well. And I'm gonna test my luck. I'm trying to be disciplined here, but I'm gonna have some fun too.
That's the name of the game in real life too. Sometimes you claim a horse for 20 and it doesn't have that many races. You got to jump it up and see what it's made of. If it runs bad, you already know you want a restricted race, so like you already have that. But it's been tough finding that. I'm in S- at RDF, and there wasn't anything today and there wasn't anything tomorrow for my distance. So I'm registered for I think a day and 6 hours or some shit like that. Like that's when my next race is. But yeah, if you can't find anything, you got to try stuff, but also stepping it up. You know, the horse is well bred. This is a Sten's horse, so like this is a well bred horse.
Yeah. So I figured I'd take a big stab at it, see how it does. You know, odds are it's not going to do much, but like I said, I can only be so disciplined. I got to degen a little bit.
Let's go. We'll take a look at them. They close in 30 minutes. As soon as they close, we'll bring them up and we'll take a look. Lacey bred a horse of Pluto. Yeah, his stats are great. You know, speed, stamina, and finish S+ is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
So now,
I mean, worst
now
case,
you got your
get that bloodline.
Yeah, now you got your claimer. What's next?
You know, I've been looking at all the claim races. I haven't seen a single female in any of them, but
sometimes you gotta dig for those. But yeah, it's gonna be tough to find them in the claimers.
Yep, no, and I got no problem being patient. Like I said, I wanted a horse I could race to start with here, just to kind of learn it and have fun. Am I looking for a female? Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, would be great to add, but I'm willing to take a little bit of time and be patient and just kind of learn everything about the game, about the community, and start kind of getting ingrained that way. And like I said, it's there's so many good vibes around this, and kind of learning the tokenomics and things like that is a lot of fun. So I'm excited for it. I missed Stems' claimers today. Somebody said he threw a S grade filly in 100K claimer. Jeez, that would wish I was around for that.
I mean, to be fair, he has been. He did tweet about that. I did see that. He did do some sales today. I know I think he sold a ton of horses. I think he had a bunch of S- he had listed for 100K or something. Yeah, here. He actually had a bunch of sales. All right, 129, 150, 130, 150, 60, 400. Who the fuck is this? Yeah, I gotta go through and check out and see. That's a colt? What? 400K. I sold one of fucking Zucchina's S fillies for 450K. There's something wild, man. Yeah, dude, it's been wild, man. I'm telling you, these sales have just been going nuts lately. But yeah, I know Sten's dumped a bunch of fillies, good fillies too. Just ones that I know on his stream yesterday, he said he had a handful that weren't part of his plan that he would be putting off into the pasture of someone else's stable. But yeah, there's been some.
That's good. The ones that don't fit in his plans can be building blocks for others.
Yeah.
That's
they fit someone else's for sure.
Return. Yeah.
It's not. It's yeah. I mean, and again, it's good. Oh, look at that! Lacey's out here spending money again. Must be a ramen week, Lacey. Must be a ramen week. Interesting. And Ted's out here spending money. I love it. It's nice getting one of these. I can't wait for you to get your first stimulus check. It's nice. It is so nice. When we sold our foal, I woke up. Zook didn't want to sell anything with this horse. He really didn't want to sell anything. He's, I want to keep everything. I want to build the empire. Blah 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 blah. So I said, all right, that's fine. And then once I told him that 360 was in dumping money, he's like, list it. I was like, all right, I'll list it. And I gauged the number, and I settled on 450K, which is like 6 racks. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money. I didn't think anyone, like, we put it up. I put it up. I'm like, you know what? If someone fucking buys this horse, then great for me. Like, you know, I put it up, go to sleep, wake up, everyone's congratulating. I'm like, oh fuck, we did it. I text Zook, and Zook lost his mind. He's like, I've never had so much money from a video game before in my life. So now, like, and it was going on for like 2 weeks. He's like, I feel like buying something. We gotta buy something. Let's spend the money. I gotta spend this money. And I'm like, no, we can't. Just wait, because like prices were nuts at the time, and like they're still a little bit high, but you can definitely like find some deals. But yeah, man, when you make your first, I mean, you know, when you get your first breed from this game and you sell it for, you know, it gets you out of the red money. Like, it covers the cost of the ticket, and then now you're covered for months on breeding. It just feels really good. Like you
No.
already know you're Artois, so like that feels good. And that we didn't even breed that horse either. Like
Yeah, no, it sure does. There wasn't much emotional attachment to that. When you're doing it all in house, that's a different feeling for sure.
Yeah, ramen week. I'm sure ramen week. Ramen with some fucking from some A5 Wagyu on top. That's what it sounds like. Mo trying to stay off the horse shopping network. You're rich, bro. You sold Steph's Kiss full. That was a good sale. I saw it posted. That was a nice one. Good for you. No more buying. Yeah, dude, it's been rough, man. Don't retire Cramden. Run him in the higher claiming. See if you can scoop. Yeah, are you mad if that horse gets claimed for 100K or 80K? That's what happened today. Like, there was nowhere to run that S horse, and it's like, am I really upset if someone puts 100K into my account and allows me to have more options in this game? I'm not. I don't think I am. I mean, I bred the asset. I can do it again next month. Like, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Listen, and then just, I mean, unless you're retiring those fillies, right, or unless they're already retired, I guess, retire them. But I would try and, you can cherry pick with that. You know what I mean? You can cherry pick your spots with that horse, and it looked like you got it to turn around a little bit. From the first handful of races you had, it looked like you dialed in on it. But yeah, I would run it. I don't know. You do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you how to play the game. I'm not here to do that.
I'm bossing everybody around.
Listen, I just like to give suggestions. I don't know. I just don't like. It's a good horse. I mean, it's not a great horse. Like, it's a serviceable horse. But yeah, it's been fucking turned. It's been terrible trying to find some races early so far. But it's
So is that kind of the biggest frustration out there then? Is the race schedule?
I mean, I don't really like. I don't have that, I have 3 horses running right now. So like, and I'm an RTF. So like, I'm stuck in one thing, and sometimes it's hard for me, but like, I don't have a big enough stable to like warrant complaining hard. You know what I mean? Like impressing the issue. But when I can't find a race for 2 days, I complain. Like sometimes I'm all right with it because like there's, I can run my horse like, instead of running right, I'll run left where the turn really shouldn't affect my horse as much. But do I want to do that? No. Especially if I'm 2.5 star, on right. But there's been times where I've run my 2.5, my 3-star on left, and he's popped up and gave me a result. But he's also 2.5 in firm, and I've run him in sloppy races. Sloppy win, sloppy second, sloppy third. You know what I mean? It just depends on the race you're in.
Okay.
But it's all about race selection too, and it's like sometimes you gotta take chances like that. Like you don't want to race where you have to, but you want to get a race in. Started running my 3rd horse on turf sprints just to find something. Turns out one of them. Yeah, dude, it's like Grimwald we had. She was a 1.5 star on fast, but she had results in sloppy. Like she's not, like some of the fast horses, the 2.5, 3-star firmers, they can compete on sloppy just because they're strong enough in all the other preferences. And boost too. Like having a nice boost on your horse is also very helpful. But yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. It's definitely tough. Let me see. I had the claimers pulled up because I wanted to see if anything. All right, one claim for 75. They claimed the inbreed. This is the inbred horse. Sten's put it in for 75 and someone claimed it. 2 claims. 3 claims. 1, 2, 3 claims. All right. And then Trawler's got it. All right. I think Trawler's is from the other game too, because they bought one off of me as well. They bought Franco. This is the full sibling to the filly that we sold from Joey Porter Jr. So he'll be ready next month. But yeah, JPJ's been kind of nice though, not terrible. It's nice to see. I was complaining about it earlier because I want to see, when you sell a horse, I want to see that horse do good. I want to see the result it puts up, and then I see it's entered in its first race and it's fucking entered in a handicap carrying 13 pounds, but it wins, as I feel like it should. But but that's not where I wanted to see it. And then someone reminded me, it's like, if you have fuck you money like 360 does, you're just having fun. Race selection doesn't matter. And I was like, that's a good point. As long as they're having fun, that's all that matters. But I mean, that's a good sign for us so far.
For sure. For sure.
In a tougher race.
Especially when you're starting building up bloodlines and stuff like that, you want anything you sell to do well, because it just means the next one's going to sell for even more.
and that's what it is too. It's like I want to see that horse run good in the tougher races, because that's good for our future foals. But again, they're just having fun. They're just having a lot of fun. So good for them. I like when they have fun and then spread some of their fun into my account as well. That makes me have a lot of fun. Makes everything fun. So good eyes on whoever wanted. I don't know what the hell I don't know what Sten said about this horse. What could be done with it breeding wise? I guess you just have to stay so far away from the grandparents, but like you just put one of ones into it, you're good, I guess. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I know Lacey has an inbred horse, but
has anybody tried a real deep inbred bloodline before?
I think people did it in beta, but none of that matters anymore. Like everything we thought we knew about beta didn't transfer over as much into the real game.
Okay.
Which is good, I guess. It's not as predictable as people thought. Like I said, Grimwald lost the ability. I mean, not the ability, but lost the ability to win at 7 furlongs and 6 furlongs, and only wanted to run at 4 and 5 furlongs. In beta, it was winning in those. But yeah, it's the next 2 generations of breeding will have an inbreed penalty. All right. I wonder how harsh the penalty is. I guess you should ask Stens that, huh? Maybe. But all right, good for Stens. He got something out of it. Did this race run yet? No, pick selection's closed. I want to see the claims. That's all I care about. There's a world that this S got claimed, but who knows? An S just sold for $50K on the marketplace. Goddamn, that feels free. Whoever paid $50K.
Sounds low.
You just run that horse in 100K claimers, and if someone takes it, again, that's great. But if not, and you can win those with some full fields, those are $200 pots. Like if you get 10 horses at least, and that's nice. That's real nice. So have you eyed anything on the market yet, or no? I guess if you had it, you would have bought it already, but.
Yeah, no, nothing's jumped out at me. I mean, I'm looking at every single claiming race that's firing off, obviously, just because, from the other game, that was something I always loved and was interested in from some of the stuff we did back then.
Yeah.
I still have a few from that are still running, actually. But yeah, no, I love the claiming race idea, so I've been literally everyone that runs, I'm kind of digging through it there. You said I found one that I liked. I was fortunate to be the only claimer on it and got it, and he's done well for me. But I'm kind of looking at that. I am, looking at the marketplace too here. I'm sure this patience I'm trying to show will disappear at some point, and I'll just start buying left and right. But not there yet.
It'll pay off, Like that's what it is. Like I didn't rush in. I just got my. Oh really? Jesus Christ. Is that in the marketplace or was it on? I guess it would have had to have been on the marketplace, you big dummy. Let me look at that one. What the fuck? Jeez, I miss everything. 32. Where's number 32? Someone give me a 32. I'm gonna have to go in Discord and look. Is this one? No, it's an A. I'm just gonna go in Discord and look. But yeah, I mean, I guess you like seeing that sometimes. Fuck, man, 32 for an ass. Like, it's just free. Like, you can run in a 50K claimer, and someone might give you 50K for it. Like, some people's, again, not everyone plays the game, the same as everyone else. Everyone plays it differently. But for those of you that are in chat, don't list your S's for 32K and 50K. Just run them in the claimers if you don't want it. Run it in, the lowest number you feel okay losing it at potentially. And if you don't lose it, likely it wins the race, but likely someone claims it from you also. That's big game. You're just leaving money on the table sometimes. Can't do that.
There's a lot of cheap S minuses out there. I mean, they're all Colts, but they're all 0, 1, 2-year-olds.
Listen, man, I don't want to talk about S minuses. We're going to talk about S minuses. So, like yesterday, someone posted an S minus for like 26,000, and they posted one for 32,000. And I went to deposit because I was just going to buy them both because they were actually both like one was I think one was a Mundo full, and Mundo's stud fee is like 24K already, and the horse was listed for 32. And I'm like, I'll give someone $100. Like, I'll give you $100 profit if you want it. And then the other horse was out of another really good stallion, was like a decent stud fee. And I go to deposit. By the time my deposit comes through, I go to buy the horses, refresh the link. Listing not available. Listing not available. And the same person bought both of them. And then I'm like, all right, fuck me, I guess. So I'm on the couch, and someone posted another one for like 26K. And I had to run upstairs because I don't have it synced up on my phone yet. I run upstairs. By the time I get to the top of the steps, I'm already bought it. So I missed out on 3 S minuses that would have looked real nice in my stable. And they were really well-bred horses, too. Just sometimes, like, at this point, if the one of the S minuses was 2 S minus parents, which was, I'll take that. Like, that's a strong S minus. Just because you didn't level up doesn't mean you're not terrible. But yeah, I'm just not I'm not having fun on the marketplace. I find these buys and then they're gone instantly as soon as I get my money on. But we're still on the hunt.
There's just glancing at it now. There's certainly a few interesting ones out there.
Yeah, there was a time. Probably a week and a half before the new season started, where you could get S's between 20 and 30K, and I got one. And just from the first season of racing, I broke even in entry fees. Like, I might have been down 2,000 Derby and entry fee, but I was up in crown enough that it paid for my full, and I had $100 profit. So a 25K or like a 30K S minus can easily pay for itself if it's a solid S minus and not like, I mean, it's got to be, I feel like you can make that $300 back with an S minus pretty easy, if you run the right races and get in the right crown situation. Now that's not always going to be a guarantee, but for now that's what my plan has been, just to buy S minuses that can race, and then when I feel like I've extracted enough out of them, throw them in a claiming race where maybe they get claimed, and if they don't get claimed, they likely win, and then someone claims it next time. But yeah, like I've been pretty fortunate with my little S minus. He's been fun to run. He's definitely been fun, but the races have been getting tougher, and finding a race for him has been getting tougher also. Because I really only run like 11 and 12 furlongs with him, but 12 has been ass. And then I
imagine that all's going to scale up volume-wise as there's more horses on the track here. But I mean, you've kind of got a built-in population control having retired females to breed. It's like you said, the setup, the thoroughness that things are kind of thought and laid out is pretty impressive.
Yeah, having forced retirement is great. Having forced retirement is definitely great. Oh damn! Good for you, but JJ got a stimmy. Good. I almost asked him about this horse, but I knew. Oh no. I think there's a colt version of this. But Crown Maxi is one of his better mares, so that's a nice price. Damn, 450K. 350K for an S minus, Philly. That's kind of nice. Congrats with JJ. Jesus Christ, everyone's getting paid today. Let's go. You getting paid? I'm getting paid. Chat's getting paid. Hopefully, well, maybe chat gets paid later on with these races. Good shit. Good shit. So yeah, marketplace is moving. Claiming races. That was the one thing that was missing last season. So if you were here, like, it was really weird how it worked. So, like last season, claiming races like disappeared. The season before that, dude, claiming races were firing off like nothing. It was beautiful. And then we got that big boom, and then like I remember I had a horse that I claimed for 15, ran it a few times, got some crown, won a race, and then I put it in for 20 just because. But because it was the night that everything boomed, every horse in my race got claimed, including mine. So that was beautiful. I love when that happens. And then the next day, all the 5K claimers that were filled, everything was getting claimed for anything under 25K was just getting scooped up because that's when crown spiked too. So people were getting in on the crown and just like entering races. So like the guy that took the horse from me was running it in grade 1 races just to get the crown. And then eventually I just saw it in the marketplace. It sold for like 7,000 Derby. So like, I hope he had fun doing that. I hope he got what he needed. We're not going to, I think 2 more seasons is when we'll see the 5K claimers. Last season for 2-year-olds was 5 and 10K claim. Anything, no one's going to run their 2-year-old for a 10 or a 5K claimer. That's just, no one's going to do it. It's not going to happen. 3-year-old, I feel, is the same way. I think when we get to 4-year-olds and 4-year-olds and up, I think that's when you see the 5K claimers fill up a little bit more. But yeah, it's going to be tough to have a 5K claimer fill in the next like season or 2. But, you know, anything could happen. We'll see what happens.
So give me some insight here as far as breeding goes. How much weight do you put on grandparents? If you see a horse that's got, say, a terrific stallion, but a piss poor mare, would you look at that offspring hoping that you're going to get that grandfather role at some point? What impact or what are the theories out there?
I personally do not look at the grandfathers. I look at the mothers and the grandmothers. I touched on that earlier too. It's like that's just me, and that's just how like I from real world, when we go to horse sales and stuff, I was taught to never look at the stallion. Always look at the mare and see what the mare has done. If the mare has 6 foals, 5 made it to the racetrack, 4 were winners, and 3 were like graded stakes winners, that's fucking huge. That's very good. Like the hit rate is very good. Then you'll see some mares that have 8 foals, 3 make it to the track, 1 is a winner. You don't want that. You know what I mean? Like that's butt cheeks. And you can look at the grandmother then and see if the grandmother was whatever and then produced a daughter that was whatever, you can assume the daughter's going to produce a foal that's just really whatever because there's no real competitive lines. You can try and find a stallion to like boost that and give you the potential to have like a half decent runner. But I feel like when you have a shitty mare, you have to go over the top with your stallion choice just to try and get those extra missing like components to have like a decent runner. But yeah, like in real horse racing, like I said, when we would go to the sales, like I would never pay attention to the stallion. My dad always said, you look at the mother and then look at the grandmother. Because in the sales books, they give you everything. They give you all the stats up until the first grandparents. And that's it. They don't go past that. First grandparents, that's it. And it'll give you the layout in the sales book. Let's see if I can pull up an example. It's just sometimes explaining shit is not good. What am I looking for? Maryland. But yeah, like that's personally what I look for, and that's not what I wanted either. Timonian sales book. But I'm looking at, before I go and buy a foal now because we have crop 1, I'm looking at the mare. I'm looking at what her first foal did. If her first foal is running good, then I'm going to be more inclined to buy the second foal. If the first foal is doing bad and the second foal is like the same breed, same stud, I'm likely to take a coin flip on that and see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be I think it's going to be up to whoever's deciding how they want to play. I think it's just an extra layer of homework that has to be done. Hold on, I gotta get to YouTube and do some fucking house cleaning. Let's see here. I need to get mods. I get mods. But yeah, I'm gonna pay more attention to the first set of grandparents. Why can I not get a real fucking page out of Facebook? I don't understand what's going on here. That's college. Yearling sale, maybe I can get something in here. I'd really like to be able to find what I want to give examples of on the internet. The place to come. Oh my god. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm looking at the first set of grandparents. I'm not going past that, but like for the inbreeding thing, I guess you're gonna have to like pay attention if you bought an inbred horse, since it's two generations of penalties. I guess that's one thing you're gonna have to pay more attention to. What am I looking for? Jesus Christ. November still. All right, let's see if maybe this gives me what I want. Nope. Love it. Love it. August digital. All right, maybe this works. Please work. Here. All right, here we go. So this is what I'm trying to show. So when you look at a sales book, it gives you, parents, grandparents, great grandparents. So this is about as much thought as you should put into it when you look at the tree. I stop here. This has some influence. Like you can get some influence from back here, but here's where most of the juice will come from, in my opinion. So when you look down, like this is the stallion, all this, these are his accolades. Great, he's done all this cool stuff. And then you come down here to the first dam, which is Fingerprint, the horse's mother. She was unraced, and this is her first foal. So not a lot to go off of there. So then you go down to the second dam, which is the grandmother of the foal in question. And that horse was a winner at 3, made $100,000, finished 3rd in a Beverly Lewis Stakes, and is a mother to 3 foals to race, including Comic, a winner at 4 for $51,000 in earnings. So 3 foals to race, and 1 really notable, not so notable, like producing horse. And then when you go down here to the grandmother of, the great grandmother, the 3rd dam, you see that it is a dam of 5 winners, including Callback, a winner at 2 and 3, has grade 1, grade 2, pedigree. The second foal again has graded pedigree, 3rd foal. So like, quickest, quickest all the way back here was a producer, but it didn't really pass down into Fingerprint or Miss Super Quack, or Miss Super Quick rather. Got fucking ducks on the mind. But this is the stuff you're gonna want to look for, and this isn't all gonna be visible on the site, but you're gonna have to look for it yourself, like clicking and looking, checking out the progeny and seeing what happened. So like going to a sale and seeing this horse, you have to look so far back to see if there's any pedigree there. But the mother didn't make it to the races, so it's not like a good thing, especially because competitive edge isn't really anything crazy, and the mother of Fingerprint wasn't anything it wasn't anything super crazy to write home about. So like taking a chance with this horse.
I'm just looking at the dad stats there above that. That one was clearly bought based on kind of the dad's pedigree, I would say.
Most likely, or because of the potential back here with the great grandmother. Because again, she produced runners, five horses, 5 winners, and got to the track each time. That's huge in breeding. But then it didn't pass over into this foal, or and that there could have been something else that we don't know about in there. But the only thing we see is the racing stats and the breeding stats. We don't see why it didn't make it to the racetrack. You know what I mean? That's shit you gotta like message the owner about and be like, yo, why didn't this horse make it? Oh, it had knee problems. All right, well, that's cool. That might transfer over. Your foal might have knee problems, but you don't really know. This is the only information that you're given when you go to a sales. When you go to a thoroughbred sale, each page looks like this, and then it's up to you to do your homework and check all this stuff out. But yeah, up until they got here, even the great grandmother produced winners and was a winner herself. So it transferred here directly, but there's a world where you can search each one of these foals from quickest, the great grandmother, or the grandmother rather. But that's a lot of work. Sometimes you just trust what's in the book and just know. It's different when you're dealing with real horse racing. Like you get to go there, you get to look at them, you get to see their form. You get to see their workouts that they had before the sale. But yeah, at one point, it's not sooner rather than later, we're going to be at this point where you're going to be opening the progeny tab and you're going to see this. And then when you want to see what happened, you got to go through and do all the homework yourself, which is fine. But at that point, if you're a stable that's strictly breeding and selling your foals, you'll have a write-up like that. I imagine you'll have to have like a brochure to support your claim of selling bloodlines. But that's the fun of it, is the bloodlines. Who gets there
crazy
first?
Crazy to think where this could be in a year, 2 years, 5 years, eh?
Dude, that's what I liked about it so much. It's really what I liked about it so much, honestly. Like, it's story mode. That's it, story mode.
Yeah.
But for me, obviously for me, it's great because I love horse racing. And I played all the horse racing games on the video game consoles. So this was clearly a no-brainer for me. Very obvious no-brainer. But yeah, fun. Oh, nice. So I need to be a verified holder. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, Lacey. And your stable. I gotta get you up here so we can go over your stable one of these days. I know we keep talking about it, but yeah, Lacey dug out a corner in the LPS section of the game and bought 3 studs that are gonna be hers for eternal breeding, and that's where she's gonna live. It's gonna be fun to see. It's just nice to see, and there's different ways to breeding. Like we talked about it before. It's like you can build your tree out. You can build your bloodline out and do the low and slow technique. That's something that Mo's doing with his breeds, and you could do like I'm doing, and I'm just finding the best possible stallion. But also, like I have S-. I have 2 S-minuses to breed, so like I don't want to breed with another S- unless it's better than an S option, and it's never really a choice that there is that. So I just breed with the best S option I can find and just try and pump out S-minuses and S foals. One of these days we'll get a filly that we end up keeping. I think the one that we have now, the half sister to the horse that got claimed, that one will probably end up keeping unless it wins a couple races. But it's an S-. It's tough, and if we have to retire early and breed, then that's all right. That's another foal in the stable for the following months. That's where we want to be.
How often do these after dark claim races go?
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays a little light on the races. I normally, I only get 4. Mo gets like 17 races on Thursdays because Fib loves him more. Fib doesn't love me as much as him. So I understand. He's got to play favorites. You got to have your favorite child. I'm more of the pain in the ass, and I can understand not easily loving me as much. It's fair. I accept that. Normally they have the two claiming, and it's usually 125, 150, or 175, 200, depending. But then they'll have a handful of, where'd it go? Oh, dang, it's still open for 5 more. There'll be a handful of handicaps to run as well that they put a little juice in there, and then they do a little juice in the prize pool, and then I take over from there and get the prize pool juiced up a little more with a little breakdown and a little wagering analysis. Something we tried to do before, but now we can actually do it.
Yeah, no, I'm except I might have to take a look at one of those claim races there and see if something about Mary can kind of hang at that level.
Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. Like, we can look at it now. Got time to do everything, but yeah, like normally you get like these are older horses, I think. Still, yeah, these are the older horses, but even still, it doesn't matter.
There's some 3 years.
Yeah, sometimes you just pull a field of A pluses and you're just better than the A pluses, but also sometimes the A pluses are just better than you, and you get a wake up call. So,
I'm sure that's coming, but I'm 1 for 1.
Yeah, look, no, I mean, you got in there. That horse can run in the S- restricted stakes. Honestly, that horse probably shouldn't sniff another claimer until you actually can't find the S- stakes. And if you can't find S- stakes, then the grade 3 races usually go kind of softish. Once you figure out who you'll find out tomorrow who the top dogs are. So the horses that are constantly running in those races, once you get on the same schedule as them, you can find a lower graded race that pops off the same day where it'll be light because everyone will be in that, the grade 1 instead of the grade 3.
You don't sound optimistic about my chances in that grade 1.
They're tough, man. They're tough. Like there's no.
I know full well it's a donation, but I wanted to see.
Listen, I fouled up the one day and I had him. Where am I at here? 3rd win. Here we are. Where'd I go? Yeah, so I'm RTF, and I thought I was in an RTF here, but I ended up LTS. So I was running off preference in 2 out of 3 of my positions, but he still popped off and ran a good race, and was 3rd in the odds, again 4th in the odds. Obviously didn't belong here, but had a nice showing against a field that did belong here.
So talk to me about odds. How accurate are the odds set before any bets are made?
I use them as guidelines. Those and fleet figures, are nice to help you try and like pinpoint your distance preference. And then odds, I don't encourage people to put a lot of weight into them. Like I said, I use them as guidelines. Here I had 8.53 odds in what I thought was an all-in preference race for this horse, but it wasn't. And then we ran in a shorter race, and we were one of the 2 or 3 favorites in the race, and then ran 5th. But you can't. I don't put a lot of weight into them. I just use them as guidelines. That's it. Fleet figures to help you try and figure out your distance preference. Obviously, if you put up a shitty number on, if you're a RDF and you put up like a fucking 40 and an RDF 12 furlongs, it's almost safe to assume your horse is not a marathoner. It's pretty safe to assume that. But all right, so the S did get claimed out of this race. Holy shit! That's what I was waiting for on that. I wanted to see if Trawlers got it. Or was this the one we just looked at? No. Damn, Trawlers out here just fucking claiming left and right. Holy shit. Good for them. Let me check on chat real quick. Fuck. Grade 3.
So yeah. Fleet figures. What are good scores? Like, is there a breakdown somewhere of, hey, if you've got a score of this amount, these are the type of races suggested kind of thing, or what should a guy be looking at for those?
This is the basic development and the basic rundown they give you. And the best example I can do is with him. So here's a pretty good example of a telling sign. So like last day of racing, there was nowhere to run, so I ran right turf sloppy. But it was 6 furlongs in a stake race, and I run dead last like I should have, and my number was 58. All right, and then I'm running in, the 12 furlong races, and I'm putting up 70s, high 60s. So obviously it leans. I'm putting up good numbers in my preferred distance preference. I'm putting up shitty numbers in my bad distance preference.
So what is the best number possible for the fleet?
It really does vary. I think in the earlier seasons, I think the highest number, I think Stenz's horse put it up. It was like a 105 or like a 110 or some shit. It was really crazy.
Dang.
I think it was like 105 is the highest. And then saw some mid to high 80s. They fluctuate for each grade. Like the B horses you might see putting up like high 50s, and for them that's good. Whereas, if your S minus is putting up high 50s, it's not very good. That's a pretty strong tell that your horse is shit, I think anyway.
Yep.
So this is one of the bigger S horses, like his numbers, high 80s, 78, 76, 79, like 82. Your S should be putting up numbers like that in its preferred distance spots. Like my A minus will put up low 60s to mid 60 numbers now, but before it put up like high 60s to low 70s. So like obviously it's 7 years old now, but when it was in its prime, it was putting up better numbers. So like you can see it'll help you figure out when your horse is tapering off a little bit too.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, most of the time, like if you run it at 11, 12 furlong and you pull up a number that's like for your S minus and it pulls up like a 55, it's pretty safe to assume, if you were all in the correct preferences, that 55 at 12 furlongs isn't good, and maybe shorten it up to a sprint or a mid, like a low mid, like a 7 furlongs, and see what happens. But again, it just varies on the distance preference. Also, like I said earlier in the stream, like I've noticed it. The distance preference holding in the mare and not really getting influenced by the stallion as much, which in my opinion, that's how it should be. That's how it should work. Your mare should be giving off most of the preference. But yeah, it's just that's one of the unique things about the game. It's one of the levels trying to figure it out. But yeah, if fleet figures aren't 100% accurate, in my unwarranted opinion, but they're also they can be useful. They're definitely, like, if you go through and just look at the different grades of horses, and you find a good B plus and look at its numbers, you find a good A plus, look at its numbers, you find a good like S minus and look at their numbers, you can you can see the separation. So you can kind of like get a good idea of what good numbers look like. But like I said, it just depends. Like if you have an S minus and you're putting up mid 50s, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Gotcha.
And that we've seen that there's some Gen Zeros out there that put up bad numbers, and they were running in the 10K claimers, or the 15K claimers up until the pop came, and then they got claimed for 10 or 15, and then started running in the Juice Crown races. So yeah, just really depends. Like I said, once we get a couple more crops on the field, and we start getting some more results attached to the mare and the progeny, like that's basically going to be the go-to spot. You'll be able to go there and see, like, how many of the foals are actually doing well in a racetrack, and are there trends in the distance preference, and if there are, what are they, and why we'll be able to find out why they're called. But yeah, grade one's out. Yeah, grade one. Yeah, you're gonna find out tomorrow. He's gonna find out tomorrow. But yeah, grade 3 for S minuses, I feel like is fine. Anything higher than that just gets too tough because you end up with the S's and the S pluses. But listen, it's nice to test your horse and see what you got. Sometimes you get some hidden stats, like we've seen with some of these reveals. Like some of these A's are getting an S stat in their reveal, or some of these like S minuses are ending up with like a shitty low A. Like there's some hidden stuff in there that we don't see until we retire. But you know, if you have a lot of heart, maybe your heart kicks in because the competition's much stronger, and that's what brings you closer to victory. I'm a big fan of heart, by the way. Huge fan.
Okay, good to know.
I value heart probably more than most breeders, but that's just my personal preference on that. But whenever I go to the breeding barn, I always look for like S or S plus heart, or you know, whatever respective letter combination I'm looking at. Let's see where we're at with these races. How long I got you on, Bryce?
I haven't been yelled at yet, so you can keep me here as long as you want, or kick me off whenever. You know, I don't have feelings.
I'm gonna start diving into the after dark races and doing my thing here, using MJ's tool. Shout out to MJ. It's also nice to have a tool to use too, and those would not be possible without people like MJ and you know the other people that put the tools out. But MJ put tools out for a handful of other games, so he's nice to have around in games like this too. But I use his horsepower comparison for my wagering shenanigans. 10 left dirt soft, and this is a handicap. All right, that doesn't look right.
Over the last 24 hours, the marketplace has seen over $130,000 in combined sales. Would be the not just number one on Solana as much as the top 3 projects combined, and then the 4th on that list is the PFP collection. Damn, those are some numbers they just put out in the announcements.
Yeah, they've been doing really well.
Coming from a marketplace, those are big ass numbers.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people dogged. You know, a lot of people have been dogging Solana. You know, it's always been a thing. They just always got beat up for you know whatever reason, but it's nice. It's nice to see everything coming through. Why the fuck is it not loading yet? Yeah, the profile picture popping, like when they popped, holy shit, dude. That was a big game for a lot of holders because again, like that happened. What was mint? Mint was October of 2021, I think. Almost 2 years to like even wait to try and sell them, even if you didn't want to, because again, there's a lot of utility behind the profile pictures. Fucking Zook's at the hockey game texting me about should I buy a horse? What a guy.
How is Zook doing?
Well, he texted me Sunday night, and he was on a plane home from the Bahamas, so it sounds like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds real tough.
Yeah, sick life, you know. I don't understand why it's not working yet. It might not work for the 2-year-old.
Unfortunately, the Rangers will choke again for him. So.
Listen, he seems to think they're so handsome, so you know what that means when something's handsome.
I saw him railing on about Adam Fox not being in the top 5 D-man rankings there last week.
He needs something to fucking complain about, I tell you that. He needs something for his show. Yeah, I don't think this is working just yet. Damn. I'll have to use it for the later races. No, I told him to come on tonight, but yeah, he's like, no, I'm at the hockey game. I'm like, all right, well, one of these Tuesday nights, just don't be at a hockey game.
Yeah, preseason hockey season's almost here. We're in the preseason. It's the best time of year, man.
That's the tough part. I got to get him on before the actual season starts because his, I imagine his podcast that he's doing is gonna ramp up as well as the season goes on.
Yeah, I should get him in my sim hockey league that we've had for 20 years that I've ran.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So it sounds like he'd be great for that.
Don't do it because honestly, we had him in a fantasy league back in the day, and he did nothing. He drafted and then didn't do anything, so he's gonna be worthless. Oh. He's probably the worst person to invite into a league that matters for people. Oh, he is terrible, which explains a lot because I don't know if you remember seeing it on Twitter, like when he lost his fantasy league, he finished 12th. They put him in a dog cage and like threw shit at him. So it's like, you could just not play, and then no one will ever have to throw things at you. But I guess it's cool to keep playing and always be that one that has the target on your back every year for not paying attention. Like,
Yep.
I guess I would love to have one of those.
All right, I actually got to go back on what I said earlier. I do have to run. I just got texted to go pick up my daughter from volleyball, so I'm going to take off.
Yeah, listen, man, it's good having you on. We'll get you on when you have make a couple more moves and you pick up your first mare. We'll get you on, shoot the shit. But I appreciate
Sounds
it,
good,
buddy.
man. Appreciate your time and insight. It was great. I'm thrilled to be here, man. Thrilled to be a part of it.
Glad you're here.
All right, later, bud.
Take it easy, homie. All right. Zook wants to. Lacey, you got anything for sale over there? You got anything for sale for your old pal DoughBoy? It's really upsetting because I don't the tool isn't updated to grab all of the horses yet because some of them don't have races. But I don't understand why it's picking this one up. I don't understand why it's telling me it has 21 races when Fritz literally only has one race. No, it has 0 races. So I don't know if something went crazy with MJ's tool, but the first race we're gonna have to be shooting from the hip. So let's take a look and see who's in there. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Let's go check that out. So Ted's buying racers and Ted's buying stallions. Who the fuck is this now? Coming in from left field. No tan line. That's kind of nice. 3-year-old. Oh, damn. That's kind of nice. Ultra white, buffy, non-one. That's juicy. Nice race record. Stakes. Pulled some charity, won the maiden. No worries. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice way to recoup some of the spending on the foals. But again, like, that's all I gotta say. Do a nice little whistle. RTF. Night Saturn. I mean, I don't know how much this horse was in for to begin with. Or, all right, 6K. And it was selling out at 6K. You can probably still stay at 6K. 6K. Get my handy dandy calculator out real quick. 6,000 times 35. That's 210,000 if he sells out at 6K in the first cycle he's paid for. That's kind of free-ish. But he has to compete with Night Saturn. Or no, Night Saturn's soft. And also RD, I think. Fuck. Damn. I still don't think that's terrible. Because what... I mean, it's not really pocket watching, but Lacey, what'd you pay for Zerath and... Did you get an S Colt, or they were both S minuses? No, Zerath is an S, correct? But yeah, like if you can get something like that that just pays for itself, that seems I don't want to say free, but we've seen some. Good for them. Good for Ted. All right. That's still kind of juicy. Good for them. Good for that. All right, let me see. Let me check Discord real quick. Gotta get verified so I can post. Damn, that's nuts. He's getting caught up here, and then we're gonna fucking throw a dart in this handicap and see if we can't find a winner, because we're gonna have to go we're gonna have to go do the good old fashioned way. Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's tough. Like I said earlier, like he spent well, now he's over 25K with that purchase. But like he spent this money on he's literally spent this money on one fucking horse in the other game. Like here he literally built a stable and bought a fucking stallion for the same cost of one. Like you gotta be really happy with that. Like it's a little bit of both. Like, some people might try and move their horses that are about to age up in order to try and buy something younger, but the way it worked with this season, everything that was on the market got bought up that was getting ready to turn 2 years old. So if you get ahead, like don't wait to the end of the month or like the last week of the month to try and buy your 1-year-old. If you think you like something, I would buy it now, so that way you don't get pushed out of the price, because people just come in and sweep the floor on horses that are ready to run just because it's something new to run. Damn, Ted fucking got the Gambler. Jesus. My homie the Gambler. Good for you. Good luck with that motherfucker, because I really wanted him for the 100K claimers, but thank you. And then he came back and hit up Flushing Meadows. Maybe I don't know if he's gonna use this for. I'm gonna see. I'm interested to see what he does with the Gambler. Like I said, if you can get consistent S stakes at 4 and 5 furlongs, you should be fine. How often he wins those races, I don't know. But again, he won a very light grade 3 field. But you got to get it. I mean, we beat Miss Dixie. But Miss Dixie's, it's a nice S plus. But it was a very not threatening field, and obviously, an A- is no shot in that kind of race. This horse is retired. Let's actually take a look at that. B plus. That's weird. S-, S, B plus temper. Clint B's A plus, A-. Jesus Christ, he got drugged down to a B plus. S-A, yeah, that's just, some of these reveals have been kind of nice. But yeah, to finish touching on this, like, I would not wait to the end of the season to buy foals for the new racing season. Right now, because of breeding, like, we just got our foals, so I've been actively looking at the 0-year-old foals to hold for 2 months, because you can get a good price on them, because people are trying to liquidate those foals to recoup breeding money to rebreed their mares. So sometimes you can get nice S-minuses for around 25K to 30K. Sometimes you can get, solid A pluses at around 20K, depending. We've seen the price of A pluses like fluctuate a lot this week. Someone came in and dropped 2K on an A plus colt, so that really like fucked the pricing up a little bit. But other than that, like, you've been, you can find the deals. You just gotta be glued to the marketplace, kind of. Not a lot of people want to do that. But again, that's another reason we touched on, like, get in the Discord, make relationships with people. Don't, like, if you're an active lowballer, people are going to ignore you, and then eventually that's going to get out, and no one's going to want to deal with you. But you'll find people out there that can give you deals on things. Just got to look for them. But I definitely would prioritize buying my 1-year-olds now / next week ish, or else you end up like me, and I didn't have I had one horse to hit the track this time around, and I waited last month. I waited till literally the Sunday night to buy my foal for the new season. So I would definitely prioritize getting them ready now, so you have them for the end of the month, beginning of the next season. Me personally, I'm actively looking right now to get some more 2-year-olds in my stable just for this season. I'd like to have a couple more while the crown getting is good. But yeah, prioritize it. Don't, you snooze, you lose is an actual real statement that should get thrown around in this community. If you snooze, you lose. So always have your account ready to buy something. Not like me. Like yesterday, I got shut out on 3 S- because I had to deposit to get the 2 and then missed out on both of them in a span of 3 minutes. Thanks a lot, Crush Stables. Fucking came in and swooped them up. I appreciate that. Nothing more. Makes me happier than losing out on foals that I like. And then having to run upstairs from being downstairs and losing out on my S- again. So I lost out on 3 yesterday. So I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset at all. But yeah, always be on the safer side. If you can set yourself up now, Don't wait. Don't put yourself behind. All right, let's check this first race and see if we can throw a dart and find out. So it's left dirt soft. Mo, you out there still? I'll send you a link for race calls if you're around this week. So with juvenile handicap, I hate handicap races. So we get handicaps every Tuesday and Thursday night. Normally I have MJ's tool to help, but because these are 2-year-olds, there's not a lot of racing data. So the tool doesn't help as much with that. So we're going to go through and we're going to do the old school style. I'm going to expand all, and I'm going to just click on ones that I don't think are bettable. But it's anything can be bettable. I personally would stay away from the S-. I don't think there's any A+. There's 1 A+. I personally would stay away from the S- unless they show super strong stats. This is max pref, just about 8.5 stars LDF. Where are we at here? So we're left there soft. So I would not put stock into the S-. Miss Jubilee has 1 race with a third. We'll take a look and see what kind of third it was. All right, that was in a restricted stakes. She was 13-1. So not really a good sign in a field full of S- when you're carrying an even amount of weight. No one's really getting taxed, but now you're running in a handicap where you're getting taxed in 22. You're carrying 6 pounds more than the A-, and 6 pounds is a lot. Unless you're just a super horse and you can carry whatever weight, it doesn't really matter. But I tend to not believe that either of these horses are super, especially this is a 3-star firm and we're running on soft. So while this horse has 1 race and 1 win, let's check where it was. It was an allowance, not carrying any weight. So it's, you're getting the weight cut against the S and S+, but I don't think there were any S or S+. So you're carrying the same weight as every horse in the race, and you win like you should have, according to the morning line odds. But then when you come into a handicap, you're carrying 6 pounds more than every other horse for the most part. It's not really a benefit. You're at a disadvantage. So again, unless your horse is like max pref and came from some high boost parents, likely not going to have the juice to carry the weight. With that said, we're going to take a look at Reagan. I'm going to skip over Homer. No, we'll take a look at Homer because it's soft. And that 44, the 44 looks like I don't want to look at it, but we'll take a look. Firm, we'll pass up on firm. S- going to pass up. Programmed, we'll take a look here. 1 race, 1 win. Weezer, max pref, no starts yet, but we'll take a look because it's an A-. I kind of like that. Strange merch. Probably from fucking Lord Strange. That shit. Nice name. We'll take a look because it's an A plus and it's a gray. Skip the fucking S minus. Left there soft. A. No starts. We'll take a look see. And misunderstood. Max pref. We'll take a look see. All right. So let's try and power through these real quick. So random maiden at 8 furlongs, 54. Was yielding, lost to an F minus, lost to A plus, lost to A plus. And you're getting the weight break pass. I tend to favor A minuses in the handicap rated, but if it's a really strong A plus, I'll lean towards the A plus. But there's no real way to tell because again, these horses are lightly raced, if raced at all. This A has nothing, so 2 A's couldn't get boosted up, so this is probably a strong A. Let's see what the mother did first season. So the first full, smart businessman. So I think that's full, right? Or full sibling. Full sibling, we'll check. Ran in the mids. So not a bad runner for the first full. Won some handicaps, all right. So smart businessman. All right, now let's check out what the hell I was looking at here. It's this one, right? Yep, swing life away. All right, so full sibling. And the first full was a pretty solid racer. They retired early because it was a mare. So we'll leave swing life away. We'll leave that one up. This A plus couldn't win a fucking maiden, carrying 2 pounds against A pluses and S minuses at 8 furlongs. What was the number ran? 65. Is an A plus, so it's carrying slightly more weight here, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna like this one too much. So, is it Dracula? Might need to run longer. We'll pass up on the A plus. Strange merch, full so Lord Strange, obviously came from a B plus. First race 7 furlong, left there sloppy. Let's see the odds in the stake race. 8-1. Finish S minus, finish A minus, stamina. I'm gonna pass on this one. Wazer. I think I said Weezer. Be like that. B plus, A plus, got an A minus. So we got 1 grade shifted. Let's check out and see what the first fold did. Oh, nice. Listed for 100K. That sounds like a fucking swell deal. Someone should definitely do that. All right, so it's a full sibling. So again, we might leave this one open as well. Yeah, full sibling. So the first one looks extremely promising. So that's an A minus and an A. So we'll swing that way, but we'll figure it out. Program. How many minutes do I have left? While I'm jib jabbing. Oh, I got 12 minutes. Perfect. Jib jab away. All right, and then programmed an A, whose first race went wire to wire in an A max stakes with 875 odds, but that was also 5 furlongs, and this is 10 furlongs, I believe. So I am likely to lean off of this one just based on how it ran in the first race. Ran a sprint. Progeny. First full. Also fat bastard, so full sibling. Also ran the sprint. Yeah, so we're likely going to. And it was an A plus too. Program's an A. So again, sprinting. So we're probably going to pass off on this one. Maybe it comes back to bite me in the ass, but I can't imagine it does. Stretching from 5 furlongs to 10 furlongs, especially when the first full was a full sibling and was also a sprinter. So we'll pass on that. Thornbush Cup ran a 44. Left dirt sloppy, also a 5 furlongs in the same race as programmed. So programmed won. This horse finished last, I believe. Yeah. So not good odds. Yeah, not good. Go check the bloodline. It came from a B. Got a full grade jump from the father. First full exhausted of a good runner. But came from an A plus. Got an A minus. All right. So let's see here. All right, distance runner. Let's see. The mother, was she a distance runner? That'll make me lean out. She was a sprinter. So let's see what the fuck the father was. Solar system. Distance. I think we're still likely to throw this one out, but there's an outside. We want to put a show bet on Homer. I don't know that I can win the race, but there's a world that I could pop up and throw a showdown. So we'll check. All right, Reggae Man. Left dirt yielding, beat an S minus. Had the weight advantage, carrying 3 pounds less than the A plus and 5 pounds less than the S minus. That's 7 furlongs. Bloodline, another E-Sound full. Dreadlock Holidays, check the progeny. First full, looks good. Out of Lord Strange though. Solid runner. Where did you like to run? In the mids to lows. All right, let's check your mother and see where the hell she liked to run. 7 furlongs. All right. Reggae Man is a 9 of 9 pref. So let's check the Pops. Pops is a distance runner. All right, that's it. So these are the 4 horses that, just based on looking through everything, I like. One is an A minus, so I'll probably favor that one slightly more. Homer, I want to show bet on. Reggae Man. Reggae Man, can another 3 furlongs help you or not? That's the question. Chat, what are you liking? What's everyone leaning towards? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts, actually, instead of me rambling. I'd like to interact with the chat on their picks. Obviously, if you don't want me to know your pick, don't give me your pick. But, you know, you can wait until after I put mine in. Or you can wait until after. You can wait 7 minutes and then tell me, actually. That's fine. Let's do that. Don't leak your picks. Don't leak your picks. Wait 7 minutes. And then we'll all leak our picks. But mine are obviously going to be public. So I think I'm going to go with the first-time starter, Wazer. Reggae Man, I think I'm going to put a show bet on. Homer, I'm definitely going to put a show bet on. Let me check the pools real quick. So, Homer, Reggae Man, Wazer. And what was the other one? Swing Away at Life. So 9-1 on Swing Away, 11-1 on Wazer, 12 and 5. All right, so there's some sprinkle little stars in here. There's nothing in the show pool. I really wish that they would juice the show pool with these things as well, because again, newer people coming in like that don't want to do the win bets. You know, they want to. You know, it's just a stepping stone. You know, it's just you gotta have a chance for someone to make money here. Because if we only get like $600 in the show pool, it's kind of dog shit. You know what I mean? Compared to the $11K we have in the win pool. So I'm gonna make my bets and I'm gonna put my fucking money where my mouth is. So I'm definitely gonna go Wazer with the A minus. 320. And then place, I like Swing Away at Life. I'm going to bet Wazer across the board still. We'll go down to or 320 across on Water. Remember to always change your pick type. All right, and then I want a Wazzer bet for the last across the board for the 320. All right, so I got Wazzer across the board. That's my pick for this one, and then I want to sprinkle Reggae Man, Homer for show. No. Almost did it again. And then I want to place bet on Swing Life Away. Or Swing Away at Life. No, Swing Life Away. I'm right. All right. Nope. I put it in for a win. Fuck. See? I talk all that shit and then that happens. Now it's in. We're not going back on it. Expand all, collapse all. All right. So we got 4 minutes and 30 seconds till the pool's closed here. I'll shout out to everyone getting some show bets in. Let's go already. Done. Mo, I'm sending you the link for if you are around and you want to come up and call the races. If you don't, then I'm just going to hoot and holler tonight. And if you do, I'm going to hoot and holler, but on mute. So that way, I don't get in your way. All right, let's go check race 2 now. We got that one in the books. So we'll come back in 3 minutes, and y'all are going to tell me who you bet. Degen After Dark, race 1. We don't want that. We want race 2 now. All right. So maybe I think race 2 is all 2-year-olds also. Jesus Christ, some S. No, everyone's betting the S's. Don't do that. Do what you want. Do what you want. I forgot they put 800 on everything. So it's not really that much on there, but the S's are carrying 127. And there's a B plus who's carrying 116. So the S's are carrying 11 pounds more than the A minuses and the B pluses. 7 more pounds than the A horses, and 5 more pounds than the A pluses. So like you're at a huge fucking weight disadvantage there. The S minuses, they're carrying 2 more pounds, but still S minus is also getting crushed in the weight advantage there. So we're likely going to have the same situation as last. So we're at 12 furlongs, right dirt, yielding. I'm personally not going to look. I will look just because of what happened earlier. But that horse is different. That horse is just made different. 12 minutes. All right, I'll take a look at it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Damn, Serenity now sold out. Hopefully everyone got their breed in there. Also, shout out to Mr. B for the full cover giveaway yesterday. That was fucking mighty swell of him. Congrats to Siberian for collecting that. Look forward to seeing that horse on the track. All right, where are we at here? Full Joy Porter. No, that's not what we want, but that's one of them. So our LTS ticket is one of the nicer ones in the game. This is for the people that are around before. Zucchina was this horse's name, but Zook is probably the dumbest person I know sometimes, and he named the fucking trainer horse Zucchina. So round of applause for Zook. Now we have Joey Porter Jr. I'm so excited to have Joey Porter Jr. So excited. But regardless, her first full Rooney, I referenced earlier, but we sold this horse for a lot. They paid $450K for it in Derby. I thought this horse was going to be in a grade 1. I go to look and it's in a handicap. So it's carrying 13 pounds more than most horses in this race. But again, this horse is well bred. I will take credit for that. Well bred, and I will thank others for the assisting on that. Stens and Mr. B, the JJ, when we were on stream discussing where to go with her, because I want to go to Doopy Dupree, and I also want to go to Scuba Puff. But as long as Serenity Now is priced at what it's priced, I will go to Serenity Now every single month. So Joey Porter Jr. has been in full to Serenity Now the past 4 months rather. But the boosts on these horses are good. So Rooney winning the handicap carrying 13 pounds, again, this is a strong horse, and that's how you can tell it's a strong horse, is if it can carry 13 pounds and win. That's a pretty good sign. But normally I do not like having S or S minus horses in handicap races. I'm gonna get the stretch run here. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with it. But oops. Stretch run. All right, we got the stretch run here. Zucchini is, or not Zucchini. Rooney's the 5. She's on the lead. But again, you're the best horse in this race, but the best horse by far. I don't know that it was getting past. She pulled away again closer to the end there, so good for them. That's their first win. Again, a first win for our mare looks so good. It looks even better if it's a graded stakes. So hopefully they get around to getting in there. But they're having fun. But yes, I do not bet S's in handicaps for that reason. 13 pounds is a lot, unless your horse is super, super good, which I think that foal is very good. And that is the outlier to my rant about S's and S minuses and handicaps. The weight is terrible. We got Mo in 5. But yeah, we'll look at this. So I'm going to eliminate looking at, so where are we at? We're right dirt yielding. I'll look at the non-yielding horses. I'm skipping over the S's. If people want to play the S's, I'm not going to look at a breakdown for them. I don't recommend placing any bets on them. But it's your money. Do what you want. We'll take a look at the A+, Silver Mirage. We got some nice looking horse. We'll take a look at that. Maltese Falcon, the only B+. I like a good B+ in a handicap, so we will definitely look at that one. I made a killing off the B+ in handicaps months ago when they started these races. And we'll take a look at the last S or A+. I'm not going to look at the S's or the S minuses. If one of them happens to win, then good for them. They got me. But I'm not doing it. All right. So 12. Where we at with this race? Pick selection closed. Mo will be up in a few. All right. Let me know your picks for race 1. DJ After Dark race 1. Who'd you have? And we'll compare after. All right, let's take a look here. Never. I hope never. I don't want to see them anytime soon. I really don't. I don't think I can give you an honest answer, but we have seen some mares with C+ stats and some stallions with C+ stats. But if people are putting those things together, then we're going to have a lot of 5,000 claimers in the future. And then when they have those maiden claiming 5,000 races, then I think they can bring them back when we start to have C's and D's in the race ecosystem. But I personally would rather we don't see those anytime soon. But I'm just one person. But yeah, I can't give you a dead set answer. All right, let's get back to this and see. What a Moon, 1 race, and maiden. Not too hot. Let's check the fleet figure on that. Again, we are going 12 furlongs, right dirt, yielding. That was at 9 furlongs, and that was a 51. Let's check the progeny, or the results. Let's check the mare on first full. Exhausted. All right. Green Eyed Peas. Green Eyed Peas is kind of nice. Yeah, they'll be able to breed them, but I don't think, not right now. Like, we're going to need a couple generations of bad B minuses for anyone to like get to a C+, I guess. But if that's like, I'm not gonna tell anyone how to play the game, but if your goal is to be the first stable to make C pluses and C horses, then I guess have fun playing by yourself. But also, there's not going to be, like, the population for C's isn't going to be great. There's not going to be a lot of them. So, like, the racing, I don't know how good the racing is going to be this early on. I think that's going to be the main issue is people, you know, there might be like 10 C horses bred one season. But if they're bred across different preferences, where are they going to run? You know what I mean? They're just going to sit. They're going to do nothing. One time every season, yes. One time every season. So Scott's Gray was not terrible, but I think we're gonna pass on What a Moon at A+. Didn't look good enough. And this horse already ran distance on yielding. It's a firm horse. It ran ran a 33. So to me, maybe your horse isn't a distance horse, you know. So we'll probably throw Band out. S from a B+, could also just not be a good horse in general, you know what I mean? So like when they reveal this horse, or not this horse, it's a colt. It's never gonna breed anyway, but it's likely not a great racer. I wish Bryce was here so I could show him the 33s on these. So yeah, we're gonna throw Band out. The B+, let's see what we have here. In a B+ stakes. The worst odds, that was 4 furlongs, and number 39. Maybe we put a little show bet. I said I have a soft spot for the B pluses in these handicap races. Is Mo here? Am I fucking cutting them off yet? No. Okay, cool. Silver Mirage, first time starter. B and an A+, give me an A. Let's check the mares, see what she did first time. So like here, like she has a C+ heart. So the B's already have the C+ stats. Oh, damn, look at all them nice foals. So this one ran and retired. This is Charlemagne. Had some stakes results at distance. Kind of scattered a little bit everywhere. Charlemagne came from Murray. No, at 26 day auto. What's up, Mo? At 8. At the end of their 8-year-old season, they're fourth retired, and then they can breed up until age 26, correct, Mo? When they're forced to die?
Well, don't they die at 25 or 26?
I thought it was 26. Either way, I mean, 25, 26 is not much of a difference. You just get one more foal, but yeah, then
that's a big difference, man.
Yeah, one foal is a big difference for some stables. But yeah, at 26 kaputs or at 25 kaputs.
One foal pay for all my breeding that month.
Yeah, that was nice. Again, congrats on that sale today. That was nice. I saw it listed and I saw you put it up and dropped it and dropped it and dropped it. And I was gonna wait till a certain number, but I'm glad someone scooped it up before it got to my number. That's a nice sale.
Yeah, we had a couple of them this month, man. Just out here producing, you know what I mean?
Listen, that's the game. We had someone claim our S from us. Ted Racing claimed our S from us today for 100K. So I'm ecstatic about that. I'm extremely ecstatic about that. I think I'm just gonna only go with the B+ and a Silver Mirage sprinkle in the next race. How many minutes we got to this, DJ? A minute 50. All right, yeah, a minute 50 until the window closes here. So Maltese Falcon. I'm gonna sprinkle.
Am I sharing my window here for the race?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what's easier for you.
Yeah, I don't mind. But yeah, whatever's easier for you. Because I know sometimes mine's on a slight delay, and you might be calling the race off your screen.
No, that's why. Yeah, I try to watch the StreamYard, so yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no doubt. All right.
I just gotta make sure I log in because multi-factor authentication, which everybody should have enabled by now.
Yeah, I preached that yesterday. Some people should get that. Yeah, you have this week, Sunday night. I think breeding closes, and a lot of the good stallions already sold out. So, but there's a bunch out there, depending what you're looking for, and what your strategy is also.
Ramden about to be up there.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I thought that was one of your bigger purchases. Then I saw it, I was like, oh, that's what I paid for my S minus. But
Yeah, well, it was it was a lot at the time.
yeah, at the time, yes, at the time, yes.
280. I was like, oh my god, I just spent a lot of money, guys. Aren't you proud of me? And like Mike Sauer is like, you can't afford to race that horse, and I'm like, yeah, you might be right, but.
And then 2 weeks later, everything. Then 2 weeks later, that looked like a genius play. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's just that's the market.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn on it. I don't know. The allowances are in a weird spot right now.
It has been a fucking pain in the ass. I will tell you that, and I will agree with you on that. Let me give you your screen.
Yep.
All right, you're up.
Good. Here we go.
We'll let you take it away. I'll mute myself too, so that way I don't.
Do
you have it in the same window as your StreamYard, or is it just acting up again? It might just be acting up.
Might just be acting up. Let me see.
I think it's acting up. Last week it did this shit too. You weren't here for the race call, so that's probably good. But now you're getting it back. That's rule number 1. All right. Well, we can't do anything about it until we get some results. Chat, don't spoil the results, please. If you get it before we do. I do want to. Yeah,
oh.
God damn. You know,
no, it's not the race at the dark.
You know, one of these days. Yeah, it's not working on my end either.
One step forward, 2 steps back.
For crying out loud.
Dun, 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 dun,
so what are your plans now? Now that you got a little bit of recoup, you got everything bred already for this season?
For the most part, I was keeping my RTS open. That's where Cramden comes in, because I mean, I could dump him to 3 fillies basically a month for $30.
Yeah.
So, you know, why would I continue just put him in weird races he doesn't belong in anyway at $30-$40 a clip? When I'm like, you know what? Let me just throw him out, breed him with my horses every month. You know, I'll recoup the 280 right there, because, you know, 60, 60, 60, 180, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
And I saw a good fella run today, and man, I gotta tell you, that's my guy.
Well, I'll take a look at that one then, but
yeah, that's my S minus.
You got Crandon to find its sweet spot, which is that was nice, right in the mid, and that's what we talked about before. Oh
yeah, I thought he was a long range runner in the beginning. I was like, it was like 8, 9, 10 is like what the parents like, so I threw him at 9 and 10. And he hated it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like if you already have moves to make with him, I guess it's easier for you. For me, like if he was in my stable, obviously I'd be running him till the wheels fall off. But again, you have mares and stuff. I don't have any fillies to breed with yet. So like, yeah, his ass is staying on the track. Like my S minus last month, I think I only ran it like 8, 9 times the whole month. Where I saw like other people with like 16 races, I was like, yeah, I wait. I wait for my spots. Like, and if I know it's a couple days, like sometimes it's a couple days until I get my right spot. But if I don't get it, then I'll run the opposite distance or the opposite direction. If I can find something. But
well, that's what I do too. And actually, my horse that I started running last season, Shake 'em Up, is a left dirt soft horse, right? Hard to find the 4 furlongs, and he falls apart at 5 every single time. He only likes the 4, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's a problem with some horses. If you only like 4, you're very, very limited, and I get that. Yeah. And when I complain, whenever you guys see me complaining, it's usually I check 3 furlongs, 1 each direction, right? So if I like 7 for Cramden, I'm saying if there's nothing available, there's nothing from 4 to 8 is basically what I'm saying, right? Because I'll run anything between... I probably won't run 4 with Cramden, but I'll run 5 to 8, basically. So I'm okay with saying I'll run that. But if I'm saying there's no races until next season as an allowance race, yeah. I'm like, wow, man, like that's a little crazy to me.
It's rough.
And I think I understand the root cause of the issue, and we saw it on the last day of the season when nothing got scheduled. So apparently these things are based on, I guess, a crown allotment, right, for the season.
Yeah.
And they said there wasn't enough crown left to schedule the races. So I think what's happening here is this is why we're seeing not only races clumped up together price-wise. Have you noticed that? Like, you'll notice like the allowance races will all start at like $40 and they come down, 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 where we're basically hitting those 700 Derby ones that I love so much.
Yeah.
And then they show up in like a little cluster, and then it resets back to the beginning and goes back to the top and then works its way down, 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 down. I hate that. Like, I want them to be like dispersed evenly, the same way you want the same amount of races as Thursday night, which I fight for, by the way. I fight for that.
Well, yeah, that's why I said like you haven't finished your.
If you want to swap days and do Thursdays and I'll do Tuesdays with Let's Races, I don't care. But
no,
I fight.
I'm off on Wednesday. I got to work on Fridays.
That's true. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I just want equality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying lower the price of the races, just keep everything even. I love the new higher price racing, man. Like,
I wish there was more, honestly. I mean, we've been talking about it. I know Stens has been preaching it, I think. But, like, yeah, a couple, like, we already have races that don't fill for, you know, $20 sometimes. Like, put some $200 entries up there. They'll fill. Like, they will fill because people have the horses that they can run there. But like, you know, they had no problem putting out maiden claiming 5 and 10,000 for the first 2-year-old season. Give us some fucking $200 entry races. You know, again, they will fill. I promise you, they will fill.
For sure.
Zero problem.
Oh, you know what's fun? I sent you the link of that horse. I'm like, you're actually looking at my screen. I don't need to do that. Why am I? Oh, because I'm on a different browser. I'm like, why the hell am I revealing again? That's awkward. Okay.
Yeah, still no.
So check this out. Still no race replay on that, huh?
No race replay, but I saw the results, and you know, I'm not gonna lie. Again, a perfect handicapping by yours truly. Again, we nailed the winner, 6-1. Let's go.
Dude, you've been killing it. Every time I'm watching, man, you're killing the bets.
It's
the picks.
Cool for it, so I had to do the old DoughBoy way, you know, open the program and look.
Yep.
But yeah, god damn it, why can't we get any? We're gonna watch the replay. We'll get a race call on it, but
yeah, we'll get it.
I
want to show you something real quick. Actually, this was my pride. This was my prize pull from yesterday.
Dice Man. Dice Man.
Well, no. So Dice Man is my horse I started running 2 seasons ago. Why am I so freaking out of it right now? Where is he? Oh, he's okay. Dude, I love this horse. So I took my River Runs Red with Mike Sauer's Diablo, right?
Yep.
Diablo's insane, by the way. And this horse has been killing it at the A- level, so I had to go back to the well. And thankfully, I was able to pull the same horse, an A filly of the same version from Diablo with 8.5 stars. Holy shit, I can't wait to breed this thing, man.
Where's that one at? Left there firm. All right, yeah, that's kind of nice. That's juicy, actually.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm talking about like afterburners at 5 furlongs, like Dice Man bruises at that turn. 5-7 furlongs, man, that horse is out. It's hands down my favorite horse to watch run, I think.
Come on, website. Still nothing. DGen Derby race 2, or not DGen Derby, DGen After Dark fires in 2.5 minutes, so we'll see what happens there. I don't know if we get it or not, but I don't want to reveal the results of, well, I mean, we know the winner already if you were in chat, but I would like to see the race fire. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Why? Why am I swear I'm blacklisted. I swear I'm not allowed to have fun, damn it. I swear.
I mean, I've had my share of rug pulls on race replays.
Whatever, it'd be like that sometimes. Well, with the time we have, I'm going to take the screen back and we're going to take a look at the
yeah, I was tuned into you yesterday, man. You I think you had a pretty good day yourself over there.
That was fun, man. I had fucking 4 hours, like it was nothing.
I was tuned in. Yeah, I was on my way home and I was out and about driving around. So
what the hell did we do yesterday? I had P1 for the first hour. We had P1 for the first hour doing the reveals. Like Mr. B on at some point. We did a little full giveaway.
That's when I popped in, was when Mr. B was here, and I was here after that. Yeah.
Yeah, good guy, Mr. B. Always a friend of the stream. Yeah, yesterday yesterday was just like overwhelming. There was so much going on yesterday. So much. We had new racers, we had breeding open up, we had bull reveals. We had older horses against 3-year-olds for the first time. Like there was just so much going on. So much.
Yeah, you guys were talking about something interesting too, right? I was pretty sure those were Mr. B.
Leapfrog.
Well, no, you guys were talking about the how weird it is having like the breeding season at the first week.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's just me. Again, I don't even have any mares to breed, but I just don't like it.
Yeah,
like
it feels off. And like I guess I have a good buddy of mine who's starting to get
everything. Like I said, there's a lot. There was a lot going on yesterday, and it just feels like you're rushed to get shit done. It shouldn't feel like that, but you know.
And somebody else, I think you guys were talking about it too, right? With you guys, again, I know it's tough sometimes when like your guy's alive and then Sten goes live with his seminar and then takes a break and comes back with another seminar. I gotta take notes when he streams, man. The shit that comes out of that guy's mouth is so good.
The good thing about his is, come on, what's going on here? All his stuff is on YouTube, Absolute Horsepower YouTube thing, but his are more. His like, you know what I mean? Like my streams, whatever. I can do some educational stuff, but if you want to learn the fucking nooks and crannies of this game, Sten's.
Oh, is this race good? We're good on this race. You want to show my screen?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
I just realized that might be super loud on StreamYard. I don't know if you hear it.
A little loud, no big deal. A little loud. So
yeah, we're really a slider, a volume slider, by the way, team.
Yeah.
All right, they're in the gate. And they're off and running here in the DJN After Dark. Race 2. Silver Mirage breaks best of it from in between horses. Shoots out to the lead with Marge on the outside. Discord Nero down low. Broken Doll trots along here in fourth. Puddle Jumper in fifth. And Maltese Falcon's going to round out the leaderboard here as I am trying to learn the names of these new horses. It is tough, starting to feel like the old beta, as Dropsyland Farms maintains the lead here up top with Marge carrying 11 pounds at 11-1. Trying to maintain here as they head around the opening turn, opening quarter in 26 and change. Silver Mirage still off toe down there in second in between horses with Puddle Jumper and Maltese Falcon, who now rolls along here to take up third back from Puddle Jumper. Discord Nero trots along here in fifth as Broken Doll slides back into sixth. Huge gap here down to everybody else. Don't have their names up on screen. Maybe one day we'll figure that out. But as we cross the wire here for the first time, everybody wave to your current leader. It's Marge. No, make it Silver Mirage. Silver Mirage has had enough and takes the lead now and pushes forward here by 2.5. Discord Nero now tucks in, settling down low, down for second with Marge. Battles back on the outside in third. Broken Doll all the way up to fourth. Now here comes Puddle Jumper and Maltese Falcon. Starts to backslide here. 3/4 in the books in 1:18 as this field is heading down the backstretch for the final time. Silver Mirage, Discord Nero about 3 lengths between the both of them. Broken Doll starts to roll here early, all the way now up into second. Has their eyes set on Silver Mirage, trying to take the lead here, but got about 2 more lengths to catch up. Silver Mirage, though, tries to take him home. Now here comes Broken Doll right on cue. Marge tucked in on the outside as these three now start to go yonder. Another breakdown derail. Discord Nero trots in fourth. Maltese Falcon in fifth. And Astreus T. Machina is in sixth here now as this field rolls into the far turn. Silver Mirage constantly being onslaughted by Marge and Broken Doll, but will not be denied as continues to open up ground here over the field. Length of 2. Marge, Broken Doll, these two got to get it going here as they're off the top of the turn and heading for home. Silver Mirage led the way here for a far chunk of it, but Marge now is in full bore yet again and is gaining with every stride. Silver Mirage on the inside, Marge on the outside, Broken Doll between horses. They hit the 8th pole, one final push. Neil and Bob, Bob and Neil, is that what you do? It's going to be Silver Mirage going to take this one home over Marge and Broken Doll.
Mark, that's another one.
You were just
I only had the
insane.
Show, but
very nice.
Yeah, I mean we can. Is the race? Let me see if first race is up. But we did good. No, still no fucking replay. This is player hating. They're just player hating. Just player hating. Maltese Falcon. Where did Maltese Falcon run? 4th in that race?
I call the races and I still have never have a clue what's going on.
It'd be like that sometime. Where are we at here? Let me get the final finish.
Oh shit, we had another breed on weekend moderator. Shout
Let's
out to
go.
whoever read with weekend moderator. Thank you.
It looks like he's been producing some runners.
Oh, dude, he's been killing it on the progeny, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've been hawking that. All right. So
I was so I've been going back and forth with RVA because he has glitch, or he had glitch. So he hits me up. He's like, "Bro, mistakes were made." And he always keeps me. I like when people keep me up to date on what's going on with the Mahdi horses, you know. And he's like, "Bro, it runs so good for me." So he sends me the races and shit. And he's like, "Bro, mistakes were made, man." I'm like, "What happened?" I thought it was like something catastrophic with like photo finish itself. He's like, "Bro, I put glitch in a claimer race, man, and someone claimed them." Fucking La Jolla, man. And you know what the funny thing is?
they're sharp, man.
Me and La Jolla must have the same taste in horses, because he claimed my old A+ from me, who I really didn't think was anything, and actually turned him into like a top tier claimer runner in Fiery Night. So it's always funny that La Jolla seems to wind up with a lot of horses that I keep eyes on, but yeah, I thought that was funny when he hit me up. Like I love the stories like that, man.
Everyone's sharp, man. Like I mean, and that's one of the bigger stables too. Like the bigger stables are very sharp. So like, if you're a smaller stable, like just getting in, look at the marketplace and keep an eye on like when these bigger stables like that normally breed and sell, when they're buying horses, make note of that. Look at what they're buying, the types, and like keep, you know, it's nice to keep tabs on that kind of stuff. You're just learning on the fly. Like if they're doing some mega moves, you know, keep an eye on it. Why are they doing it? What's the reason behind it? Is it, you know, and then, you know, track that horse, see if that horse is good. And then you can see, again, once we get further in, a couple more months, we'll be able to open the progeny tabs on the mares and see the results on at least 3 or 4 foals by then. And that's huge. So like,
Right.
looking at that kind of stuff, but also, you know, it's not pocket watching. You're studying someone else's work at that point, you know. They did the
Now,
reporting,
you're
learning.
You went into it earlier, because again, like I have to remember sometimes that not everybody is into horse racing.
Yeah.
Whereas you grew up in the world of horse racing, so we have that in common. So like when you were going into the book earlier, talking about how you're looking at the mare side, right? Because I do that a lot too. Now, don't get it twisted. If I see Into Mischief on the colt sire side, I do get a little high. I get excited when I see Into Mischief, no matter what. But you know, if I was spending money on a real horse race, you bet your ass I'm looking at that mare side. You know what I mean? So even if it's back at the grandmother or great grandmother, like you were saying on that one horse you were looking at, you know, sometimes you just got to find that pedigree somewhere in the line, right? So
yeah, you got to see. Sometimes it skips. You know what I mean? Like that one we were looking at, the great grandmother just produced, and that's the good thing about those books is they don't lie. They tell you. Like no one's gonna write the book and hide something from you. Like it's all public knowledge anyway because of the internet. But like that book is meant to give you all the information that you need, so you don't have to go to Google and shit like that. And while you're in the middle of a sale, and your bid's at like 300,000 for a foal, and you're sitting there fucking trying to beat the gavel, finding like how was the third mother on the sister's aunt side, like trying to figure shit out. It's like it's right there in front of you. You can see it. But yeah, I love looking at those things. But yeah, we'll go back. We're going to go back. We're not going to get a race replay on this first race, unfortunately. But Silver Mirage was a tip pre-bet. I only bet at the show, so I was the only show bet. Whatever. If anyone got a little win wager in there, good for you. That's a nice little 10-1 sprinkle. One of the S's popped up and ran second. Obviously, I went on about how I didn't like any of the S's in this race, so you know, no one had anything in the show. No one in a place in show pool. I need to talk to Fib and see if they can distribute the money across evenly, so that way it incentivizes people to want to bet place in show, because everyone's just picking winners. Picking winners is fun when you win, but like, you know, again, there's people out there that like the show bets. You know, there's people out there that like the place bets.
And I guess maybe just because, you know, I mean, shit, how many times have me and you picked horses? You're like, Mo, who do you like? And I pick a horse, and obviously, it's, you know, take second and third, and you're like, oh, you put the show bet on it, right? And I'm like, nope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, because for me, and honestly, listen, if they were just putting across the board button,
well,
like 200,
at some point we're gonna have that. Like they'll have
200 across the board. You know what I'm saying? Just 600 Derby. I put 200 win play show. I don't have to put 3 separate bets in.
Yeah, because I just
You know.
did that shit. I told everyone, make sure you switch your win, and when you're going different ones. And I wanted to put the show bet in, and I had the win bet. So it's like, all right, well, there's 240 Derby on a bet that I didn't want, but whatever. It's my fault for not changing the thing. But yeah, I feel at a certain point we'll be able to have win place show, place show. You know what I mean? Like those will be like a drag down option. But yeah, to go back on the first race, Weezer was my across the board bet. No surprise to me, obviously. That's why he was my across the board bet. We get a nice little 7.62 to 1. And then my show sprinkles were on the 1 and the 2, who finished 4th and 5th, like always. So good for me. I don't know if I had a strength. What did I have? Yeah, across the board and then sprinkled on the 1, 2, and 10 for whatever's. All right, yeah, we got it back with the win. We got 7-1. Our 320.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, we fucking net 2100 Derby. Let's go, baby. We made up for our little losses there. We hit our across the board bet. We get paid off. It's just about 8-1. Can't really argue with that. So back to back 8-1, 10-1 shots, and they were both the number 6. So what's that mean? Means I'm not betting the 6 in this race, but we'll take a look at this with 10 minutes left. And this race does come up in the horsepower comparison, so we will do that. So I will start from the beginning again, how I normally do. How have your foals been? Your new foals been running? Have you been able to get everything on the track?
Yeah, I find juvenile racing is a little bit easier, I suppose, especially early on if I'm not going to be too specific. But yeah, I've got most of them into races. Like I said, I feel like performance-wise, I'm a little disappointed with most of them, I guess. But
be like that sometimes, We can't have nice things all the time, We got to struggle. We got to struggle sometimes.
Well, so it makes me wonder. I don't even want to pull this up. Maybe we can talk about it while I'm looking at this. But
go ahead.
Is my screen still shared? I think.
I got you right now. Go ahead. We got 10 minutes.
So Einhorn, right? So this is a perfect example. So this horse, I guess I got to show you this progeny here. Okay. So Swansonite and Einhorn, they're both from Balloon Arch, right? We bred them back-to-back seasons. Yeah. So we bred them back-to-back seasons. Einhorn was the Swansonite was the first one. And as you could tell, because they've already raced them, retired it, right? So I was like, oh shit. So, I'm, obviously got this horse bookmarked, right? I got to track it, see how it runs, basically like it's my own, because I own a clone. And it's supposed to be the better version, more stars, right? Everything, right? Shit, man. I don't know if that's the case. Now, do I have a late or a mid peaker? And this one was an early peaker, right? Like, because this horse came out the fucking gate just running like gangbusters, everything down here. And I throw my horse in the same exact race, stakes race, same amount of horses, and my horse just got fucking decimated.
Well, that's one of the things I touched on also. It's like, if you look at the progeny and you see the first foal that has done well, and then you look at the second foal, and if it's the same father, so basically the clone, there's a world where the first foal just got the better role. And the second foal might have to wait a little bit. But with a filly, it's hard to I know a lot of people don't want to keep their fillies on the track for that long because obviously you can retire and breed. And your A plus can reveal an S plus, an S start. You know what I mean? Like, that's a nice reveal. Finding purple on a green foal is nice. But yeah,
right. But if I had more stars, let's say on the Einhorn, the second roll, shouldn't I assume that this is the better roll, or is that you think that's not the case?
I don't know, man, because our LTS mare produced the first 2 foals were 8 of 9 stars, and this one was 6 of 9 stars. So I was like, what the fuck happened here? Because I had Mr. B on for that, and he's like, well, the two parents are both 7 stars each. So if we're doing the law of averages, I technically should have been getting 7 stars or 6-star foals, and not. I got back-to-back 8-star foals. So I guess I got 2 really good rolls on the first 2, and then this one I ended up getting the average roll. I still got an S. I just got 2 less stars than the 2 previous foals. Whether that's what does that mean? I don't know yet.
I mean, unless it went into a different stat. I mean, like I said, because I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I mean, maybe I dropped the ball. I mean, like I said, we chased. I want to make sure that anybody that comes in for me, I want to make sure they get out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In profit before they get in too deep. That's basically where I'm at, you know? So that's kind of why we unloaded the first filly, and I'm thinking maybe in hindsight it was a bad idea.
Paul Heaven says, if it's a higher grade than the other, you just know that you probably spiked one outlier roll compared to the first. I'm telling you.
Well, mine's same grade. Yeah.
I was going to say, the first foal, where was it running at? Was it running in like the A+ stakes?
Yes, we ran the same exact. I basically was following the same exact blueprint. A+ stake race, caught the same track, perfect track, same distance, same amount of horses, maxed out, and just ran completely opposite of what the fucking sister horse did. So now again, no, I know there could be variants, but I'm sitting there, you know, and I was telling my boy, and I'm like, dude, like, there's no way we could do no wrong if we sell the first one. And now I'm sitting there going, shit, man. Did we do some wrong? did I lead him down the wrong fucking road?
Yeah.
But either way, he's on a free ride now in photo finish, so that's all I care about.
That's the ride you want to be on. It feels nice to be on that.
Yeah, he's definitely happy. He's got this motherfucker. You know, he put $0 into photo finish, right? Basically gave me half a lineup on a fantasy football competition last year that they were putting up in the MVP thing for like a free filly.
Yeah.
And I put the lineup in, and my boy, I was like, yo, you know what? Help me out. Put a lineup in. If we win, we'll split the filly. And he gives me all these guys, and I'm like, he's telling me we got to play like OBJ or something, and I'm like, no, dude. Christian Watson, got to put him in. That's when he was hot. So I put Watson in, we won the whole thing and won the filly. That's why the horse's name was Watsana.
Nice.
But this guy, 4 breeds, man. 4 breeds, DoughBoy. This guy got 3 fillies.
That's just good luck.
Never put a dime into photo finish. He owns 3 fillies, and he gets half of everything. I come from these 3 fillies, bro.
I'm kind of in the same situation with my 2 friends.
That's crazy.
Like they bought the ticket, but I manage the account from start to finish. I do everything. They made their initial investment with the ticket. Since then, I've sold foals on both accounts, and both accounts are out of the red now, and it's house money, and they're both just like throwing parties for themselves because it's like, yeah, this is nice. This is where you want to be, playing with house money. It's more fun. Just to get back over on this race, there's 3 minutes left, and so I've gone through here and I've done my sorting. So we're on right dirt soft at 12 furlongs. 12 furlongs, claiming. Race conditions soft. Oops, my bad. Come on. One more time.
You were right, by the way. Swan tonight, the sister revealed an S start.
Yeah, I caught that. That's nice.
Oh, is that why you said that? Sorry, my bad. Yeah. I thought you were just.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're right. It is what it is. So after it's all said and done, I'm betting the S- here. In this claimer, there's 3 other S-. I'll be more specific. I have
Living the dream.
I have an across the board kind of heavy on the 3. So I'm on living the dream. I do like Jeff DVJ as a backup, so I might do a little play show bet on that one, but I'm definitely just hammering. Well, I already hammered. I'm just going with living the dream, and I like where I'm at right now. Someone came in and did a nice little. Geez, someone hammered Silk Sour place and show or win in place. They got a 4K bet on the place pool, so the place pool is kind of juicy right now. So, chat, you got 2 minutes. Get a little action in there. I like this. And this is, again, there's a $125,000 claimer or derby claimer. No weight restrictions. Everyone's in the same field. I believe these are older horses. No, these are Living the Dream is an older horse. The 2 young spots or 3 young spots. Silk Sour, we have to take a look at this one. 12 wins and 20 starts. I don't think anyone's going to claim that for 125K, but that's what kind of horse you want to have up in this area. Gold Ring, also a 3-year-old, 18 starts, 2 wins and a second. Could potentially contend for 3rd, but also didn't show up that it ran 12 furlongs. So off my board. This is my place show bet. I'm going to put in here in a minute. yeah, just throwing the A out, just not good stats overall for racing, and I can't imagine it has legs against this field anyway. So probably looking at if I could bet a horse to finish 6th, I would bet on whatever this is in Chinese. Yeah, left to right, Chinese. Left to right. And then Rags, another 3-year-old, could potentially pop up, but again, didn't show up on the MJ tool, so I'll take a look at the charts right in front of me. All right, it's a 12 furlong runner. Just hasn't run in the claiming pod yet, it seems. 60. All right, didn't run at 12 furlongs in claiming, so it's run for 60 at 11 and 1 on a yielding track. Stakes placed. 2nd for 75K. All right, could also pop up, but yeah, I'm gonna stand firm with my. Oh shit, let me get these in here. I'm gonna stand firm with my my win bet on Living the Dream, and then I'm gonna go in the place pool with Jeff DVJ and the show pool.
Bro, did you see this foal of Dariush from Pocono?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The world that we looked at it yesterday, I just don't remember because we looked at so much. Like
this is insane.
And then looked at we went S plus hunting, and looked at all the S pluses. It was just, I was overwhelmed. There was too much going on for me.
I never realized Baragos had the.
Do you have it up on your page?
I do, yeah.
All right, pull it up real quick because the window's about to close for that race.
Yeah. So my favorite thing in real horse racing is this mark on the horses. I didn't know there was any horses in photo finish that had that. It's not like a true diamond, but it's like that streak down the forehead.
The shadow. The fuck's the name of it? Yeah, we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Like the long diamond.
But like, I didn't realize Baragos actually had that because I just bred Baragos with Steph's Kiss. So I'm praying I get that sort of outcome. But this is cool because he's got the darker horse. And it really, really sticks out on the dark horse. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Appaloosa coat, though. It's not my, I know what they're trying to do. I get it. I just don't like having non-traditional thoroughbred colors in the game when you have, like, an Appaloosa is a fucking pony. You know what I'm saying? Blaze, there it is. I haven't been on the racetrack since for a handful of years. The Blaze.
A Blaze,
you,
yes.
Devo. Appreciate that.
I've been doing way too much of that, which is why I couldn't fucking remember it.
Yeah, well, I mean, my vegetable levels are low a little bit right now, so I'm due to get revamped up. But yeah, the Blaze. But I do not like the other color, and not like the Appaloosa coat, which is this right here, has the spotted.
That's what I was going for, man. That's why I bred with Baragos.
That's fair. I get it. I know they said they put all the genetic lines and whatnot in. So the color codes and
Baragos is interesting, man.
Are gonna matter. Oh shit. Let me all right, so the 125K is closed for fucking Spumoni sprinkles. Yeah. The huge bet from whoever laid on Silk Sour. Maybe the Silk Sour comes through and just punches me in the teeth, and it's just better than the S minus. But I'm betting on the old man to come through. Hopefully, good luck to everyone that got something in there. But yeah, that one's good. The 150K is probably a little bit more obvious. It's going to be one of the 2 S minuses that win. So the prize pool the wager pool has dictated that a little bit more, but we'll still run it through the machine and we'll see what it says. 8 left dirt fast. Oh, the Blaze. Yeah, my dad would punch me in the teeth if he heard me trying to figure that out. He'd punch me right in the teeth. Oh gosh, it's nice to have other horse people in there that know these things. Devo, I appreciate that a lot because I was definitely fumbling and stumbling on that, and that's something that I should know. Fucking shadow rolls, the race equipment. I don't know why I'm thinking the shadow roll and the Blaze are the same thing. Dumb. 8 left there fast. 8 left there fast. All right, so that's in. Still claiming. We're not a soft. We are fast. Come on. All right.
Prices of horses are getting too high. Can you guys put some fillies up for cheaper, please? Thank you.
Dude, I've been looking. I don't really. That's why I don't want to buy a filly yet. I just don't want to. I don't want to dump that much. Yeah, I just want to have fun with the racers first, and then once I get my bankroll, then I'll splurge on a nice filly. I don't need a nice filly. I don't give a shit if someone's selling an A+ over 13 filly. That's fine. I'll take that and I'll work with that. I'll find what's missing.
Oh, I got one of those for you when the time comes.
Yeah. I'm not picky. Like I said, I've been scouring for S-minuses in the 25 to 35 range, just for racing purposes.
Yeah.
Because I had fun with my S- season 1. Like, it paid for itself just with crown alone. It paid for itself. So, like, that's good for me. That's what I want, really. Just a horse that can pay for itself. But the crown's not always going to be there, so keep that in mind for the future. Crown stimmy, rather. So copy paste it.
The way, for me, I feel like, especially if I find a filly, because I got people hounding me to come in, and I don't want to sell my fillies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I have a plan of my own.
Also, like, your breeding is not just. You're not like, you might be breeding with the best, but you're breeding with the best in a certain archetype or a certain grade type, because you're not looking to go from A to S- right away. You're trying to do it the slow way, not the slow way, but like the scientific way, we'll say.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have,
Good.
like I said, I have the Einhorn A+. I mean, I'm going to take that with an S on the next time up. And the benefit of the way I did it is that I'm going to carry all them stars with me. So if preferences do matter for boost, then I'm going to be catching way more boost than the other S horses, right? So, yeah. Or ideally. So, but yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be really hard to not race Mojita, though. The S filly that I bought, I think I'm going to keep it unraced.
No!
I'm not going to race it.
This race is 2-year-old season. At least you get that. You can't do anything for its 2-year-old season. You might as well race it.
I'm just going to look at her every day and pretend like she's the greatest thing ever.
Oh, my God.
DoughBoy, you don't understand. If I race this bitch and she's terrible, you know, I spent more on her than I did my fucking car. Okay.
Listen, man.
If she's terrible, DoughBoy, what am I gonna do? I can't take that sort of that down.
Listen, scared money don't make money. Scared money don't make money. You gotta get
No, but I'm still gonna breed her. She's gonna make me money when she breeds.
Fair. But if you're gonna breed her no matter what, you might as well race her, right?
I know, but now I can tell people she's undefeated.
Oh my God, she's not undefeated. She didn't do anything. She never made it to the track. It's just like if you open the full book and you look, this mare unraced, full of 1. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know. No, I gotta race it. I gotta race that window too. It's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna hold out for better races though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not going to race it the way I did Crandon early on.
Sure.
And fucking the rest of these idiots that I have.
I'm
good fella, man.
I'm going with the Scuba Ringer in the last claiming race of the night. I'm just betting on one of the A+ or the S-minuses. There's not an A+ in here that can, you know, catch them at the wire, and I don't have any faith in an A- or a B+ beating an S- in a 175 or 150K claimer. So I'm going with Scuba Ringer. Good luck to everyone else, and we'll get there. 2 minutes until it closes.
Gotta have faith.
2 minutes until we get this big risque after dark race popped off. And
beautiful.
Hopefully we go 3 for 3 on winners tonight. That'll be kind of nice. And then 4 for 4. But the last race, I feel like you flip a coin and pick one of the S-minuses, and that might be the stone exacta, you know, when we get down to it. But with that said, 2 minutes until this race goes off. Thanks everyone for being here. Mucho appreciative. If you're new to the stream, hit the follow button.
Hit the damn follow button.
Every Tuesday, I just got over 100 followers, so I just got to get my shit together now. So we're doing good. I appreciate everyone that hit the follow button. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock always, unless something happens where I have to work the next day, but it's not possible right now. And then I'm gonna talk to the team. Like I talked about yesterday. I want to see if I can, you know, if they're gonna just randomly juice races, wager pools. Why don't they just randomly juice these, you know, 10 that go off between 8 and 10 p.m. for me? and let me get a little, do a little content. You know what I'm saying? Get some race calls, get some bets in.
Listen, man, I'm all about it. Like I said, I mean,
Fib said I did question last week because Thursdays after dark is definitely a lot more different from Tuesdays after dark. And I asked Fib like, what's up with that? And he said they're just on different setups. And I did ask if they could be put on the same setup, and he said it is possible. So hopefully that is something that happens next week, because Thursdays races open earlier and you get to wager a lot earlier. Tuesdays is fine. That's why I go live at 9, so I can get an hour of bullshit in, and then 10 o'clock races close and wagering opens. But it's hard to get it's hard to get a pool together in an hour. You know what I mean? And Thursday you get almost 8 hours in between sometimes to get the wager pool up. So if they can get it on the same schedule, it's beneficial for everyone. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. Like, you're the resident, pick guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm not. I don't really put picks in too often. I mean, listen.
Fair. Listen, man. I don't call races.
How I roll. Yeah, like what I'm saying.
Races, so everyone, we don't. Neither of us sits here and calls profile pictures 9924 9925. Like, everyone does different content, and that's it's good. It's nice to have the friend side of the content for like the in-depth, more pro angle. Like, it's nice for people that just want to sit back and they don't want to race horses, but they don't mind putting a wager in. Do you have the race ready on your screen, or is it also doing that thing?
Shit. Let me see.
It's
we're good. Yeah, we're good. I'm good.
You're good? All right. I got you. Go for it.
Alrighty, you send it down to the track, and we are trackside. We join this race in progress. It's after dark, big risque after dark. 12 furlongs heading right on the dirt. Track is soft and racing is good up top. We're living the dream out of Smup Legends Stables. Beautiful S- brought their A game today. Trots along here in the lead in front of Silk Souk. Gold Ring now up for third, followed by Square, then Rags in fifth, and Jeff DBJ is going to round out the back of the leaderboard here as I got indigestion from dinner. Opening quarter in 26 and change. Now they trot past here, past the clubhouse for the first time, and it's still living the dream, no change there. Now joining him upside on the outside is Silk Souk, then Gold Ring, about 4 lengths off of these two. Square now down at the rail, along with Rags tucked in with a ground-saving trip, and Jeff DBJ. Somebody tell Jeff DBJ there's a horse racing going on. Wake up, little Susie, smell the smelling salt. Half mile in 52. Where were you in 52? I was calling races. I was calling Silk Souk up top. Silk Souk living the dream. They're along in second. Now Gold Ring starts to get rolling here in third, but looks like he might have actually clipped the side of the rail now and drops back here, but nobody could take advantage because Jeff DBJ and Square have worse positioning than anybody else. Down the backstretch we go. 3/4 is come and gone. Silk Souk trying to make quick work of the field. Now opens up by 6. Living the dream there. Then another break of 7 all the way back to Gold Ring. Gotta draw me a map to find these two up front. The leader is making it look easy. Silk Souk trying to bring it home. 1 mile and 1:44, 2:89. And into the far turn we go. We normally hope for a little more action than this, but are they farming? Were they born with it? Maybe it's Maybelline, who knows? But Silk Souk continues to pour it on here in the rain. Living the dream now, off the rail though. Looks to try to find some empty room here and gain some ground with every stride. But will it be enough? Stay tuned and find out for Silver Souk. Silver Souk still there up top now, 5 and 6. Opens up the length if it was even possible. He continues to find more ground. Now it's Silk Souk. Let's call it 1.5 miles. Living the dream there. Then comes Rags trying to just make the money. Ready to bring home that money, honey. Rags is there. Jeff DBJ falls off, but Silk Souk could have done 360s to the wire and won that one over Living the Dream and Rags.
That horse is fucking nice.
The hell was that?
That was whoever hammered that horse knew what they were doing. Not some dummy like me. I was trying to beat the chalk. That's all right. Second's not bad. We take second. Damn. Yeah, Silk Sour is. We'll take another look at that one.
Oh, is that how you say it? What the hell? I don't know what I was saying. I'm like Ron Burgundy with this shit so bad.
Just make a. It's silk sour, right? Yeah, silk sour or soak. I thought
Yeah,
it was at the end.
Yeah, I
Soak
barely know what the hell I'm reading at the time. I was like, yep, I just look at it.
something. So let's see. All right, the win pool there was 3.5. Damn, they get a nice comeback on that. That's nice. That's a double up. And then place, they had 4K in the place pool, so they get something from that too. But they're the chalk in the place pool, so their return might not be as good. I had 500 to place, 500 to show, so I was the favorite in the show pool, so my return will be whatever. Place pool, second favorite, might get a nice return. But yeah, if you had silk or silk souk, whatever the fuck it is, you had the
I was
A
calling him
plus.
Souk.
Yeah, if you had the A plus, number 6, you are a winner chicken dinner. Living the dream did, you know, we got, like I said, that was our across the board bet. Can't win them all, but it would have been nice. So we'll see what happens on the payout with that. And then I think I had a wager on Jeff. Jeff just folded. Yeah, that was my place show bet, but we'll see what we get back on living the dream in 18 seconds. And then that's it. We got 5 minutes, and then that's all she wrote for tonight. Someone came back and bet the other S minus, so I got a 0.05 odds better on my S minus. So hopefully we get to the line first. That'll be nice.
Oh yeah.
Hot damn. All right, let's hit the refresh button and see if we gained or lost. All right, we lost. We definitely lost. Yeah. See, that's the one issue with like in this instance, all the money came from one horse in the place pool, so they're gonna get theirs. But the place didn't return. You know, we got. I'm trying to think of like the actual odds for the return, but we got 116 on top of our bet, still profit, but we still got to make up for the 400 we lost here, and then we end up with 92. So net negative on this race, but again, we're up from the race before, so you know, it just takes one. That's it. Just takes one. Congrats
Take the goose with the gander.
Yeah. Congrats to whoever hammered the 6. I don't know what it was. Probably them, honestly. Silk. Probably was. That's a fucking big bet. But yeah, it'd be nice to have these races up a little bit earlier. So you know, like that pool wasn't so big. You know, this last race, you know, the total prize pool is only in the win column, and you know it's 4K. It's $50, but you know, give me a couple hours, build it up on Twitter. That's what I mean. On Thursdays there's like a 12 o'clock announcement, a midday announcement, and then an announcement to the announcement. So there's more eyes on it, and it's easier to get the prize pool or the wager pools built up for those. So yeah, that's why I said to Fib, if he can do the same thing Tuesdays as he does on Thursdays.
Yeah, I think the only difference is that we trained, and from content creation you may know this, but like, you know how long it took us to train people for Thursday? Now I know we did shift the schedule back for later in the night, but like we did third time Thursday for months and months to like single digit, double digit. You know what I'm saying? Like it took us forever to train people even for Thursday. So, but listen, outside of that, like I guess people maybe just expecting it more. I still feel like it should be even across the board, and I would definitely always agree with that.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, I just, like I say, you know, when I see something like that, then I just troll Fib. You know? Yeah,
no, well, so do I.
Just gotta let him know that he can't play favorites all the time. You know, he's got to treat his kids equally. You know.
Fib doesn't respond to me anymore, especially after this week.
Well, I guess there has been some shit going on with hacks and whatnot, but
I know I'm just
busy. Whatever. I hope they're all busy. That's why they can't respond.
I just want to get all this shit behind us, man. Get this get this profile picture shit behind us. Get this staking crap behind us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get the security shit behind us. Let's focus in, man. I feel like
once that's
I don't know, man. I feel like we got this backwards fucking trend going on here right now, and I don't like it. The first time I've ever felt that way about photo finish, and it's not a good feeling.
It's it's just unfortunate.
Now that being said, I still absolutely love what I do on a daily basis with it. I just want to say that, but I'm just saying this is the first,
I was telling Bryce earlier, you know, like people have been here with the profile pictures for 2 years now. Like Mint was 2 years ago, So getting that taken care of, and obviously, Cardinal shit in the bed, that obviously throws a wrench in what you're trying to do. So like, you gotta take attention away from the actual game, fix that shit. But now that's behind again. That's behind. Get the security shit tied up. Get that behind, and focus on this fucking schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what they do best. They get shit done. They put it behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's not like these things don't linger. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm like I said, I know, like, brought in Richie, right? Had like the MLB background, stuff like that. Seems like there's a lot of good things going on, but they're so busy, right? Like he's just been kind of like working on the schedule, doing what he thinks is right. And now I think we got to find like a happy medium of all the good work he did and like how good it was, even like during the betas, which is all the good racing, man. Like, or shit, even like season 2 and 3 were like racing horses left when they should be running right. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a shit? Just run them. Now it's like if I'm not crown farming, it's like, what's the point? And like it drives me nuts, man.
Now with more horses entering the ecosystem, the crown farming is almost non-existent because you're getting full fields now. You don't have to worry about with Gen Zeros, it was easy to catch a 4 or 5 horse field.
Oh yeah, and I think
there's
it's
no more 4 or 5 horse
still
fields
there,
unless they're like they have to be the grade 1s and grade 2s that are
exactly.
LDF, like where there is no horses in LDF, but unless you're farming, you're not actively looking over there to see if that's the case. But
I just can't bring myself to do it. Like I said, I like to race. I like the gamification of it. You know what I'm saying? And if they remove that fun for me, then I'll just become a breeding barn. Like, it's not a big deal.
It'd be like that, Be like that. All right, you want to pull the race up? It's doing that thing on mine again.
Do I have it? Shit, it blacked out for me too. I think let me try to load it from here. Yep, there we go. I got it.
All right, let's go. Let me get you on screen. All right, I got you on. Goodfellas is on right now.
Oh, because I got the wrong. I got to show you the table. Okay, that's right. Okay.
You got it.
I'll save the OBS. All right, they are in the gate. Massive 5-horse field, lock and loaded. And they're racing here in the All In After Dark. And it's Latchin up top, followed by Nevada Smith. Then comes Scuba Ringer. The Mamba trots along here in 4th, followed by Bitcoin in 5th in the early going as this field heads around the opening turn in this 8 furlong left turning affair in the dirt. Track is fast. Up top here in a claiming race for Latchin, who continues to show the way here. Opens up by 3.5 now over Nevada Smith. Another break of 2. Comes a partnership of Scuba Ringer and D Mamba, these two side by side, and another big break of 6 all the way back to Bitcoin. Just like the real thing, Bitcoin is sliding off a cliff. So far, you can't even see it. It's about 10 lengths though from back to front. Latchin still shows the way here. Nevada Smith tucked in down at the rail. Scuba Ringer tries to move along here. Another break of 7 now. Demamba and Bitcoin. 2 more. Need to wake these 2 up. Half mile in the books. 50 and change. Running out of room. Running out of real estate. Only about 3 furlongs to go here. Latchin, though, trying to hold on for dear life as Scuba Ringer and now Nevada Smith find their stride. Splitting them like a Mike Vanderjagt field goal. There goes Nevada Smith now, and he takes the lead. Latchin might have called it a day. Scuba Ringer still there. Nevada Smith, though, up top, 2.5 open. Scuba Ring digs in on the outside, full bore. But Nevada Smith is here to show him how to do it. He says, 100 meters to go. Come and catch me, son. It's going to be Nevada Smith making it look easy here down the home stretch over Scuba Ringer and Latchin.
I'm telling you, the day they put exactas on here, it's gonna be nice.
Seriously.
The day we get exactas is gonna be nice. But yeah, that's what it came down to. One of the S minuses. I was on the other side this time. It's all right. Can't really complain. Race 1, I give out the 6, 10-1. Race 2, we hit the winner, 7, 8-1. Last race, we end up 2nd, but we go negative. This race, I had the win bet. We go negative. But if I go back, I think I'm up like a few hundred crown just because of the. That's one thing I like doing. I like going back. I want to have an account strictly for like Tuesday nights where it's just for wagering. I don't have any horses on there. Might have to do that just so I can track my shit. Makes it a little more fun for me because no one likes to listen to a loser, And again, I tell people, you are an adult, I assume. You know what I mean? At this point, you should be able to make decisions for your life. You can listen to other people's influences, but at the end of the day, you got to think for yourself. And
not financial advice.
You happen to take one of my tips and it loses. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. If I throw you a bone, I don't want to know how it tastes. Shout out Bricktop. We ain't doing that over here. So being
I guess wagering a little different, but I feel like you got to try pretty damn hard to lose money on photo finish right now for the next 6 to 8 months.
Honestly, yeah, you do.
You really got to try hard to lose, but you might lose a few bucks here and there, but holy crap, man. Not financial advice, by the way, but just saying.
No, absolutely not, man. But yeah, it's trying to do my calculations as I talk here. It's definitely hard right now with the price of Crown and the race stimmies. Like even staking. This is the first month that I took staking serious, and it's only because we sold a full for 450K, so that really helped. But I basically took the cut that I got from that and I put it into staking, and it was like just around 4,700 Crown, and my return was like 2,300 Derby. Like, it doesn't seem like it's a good return just because the amount wagered for the return, but something's better than nothing. What we're gonna do? It's like I have Crown sitting there. I could sell it, and it could do nothing.
Yeah.
Or it could sit here and just give me a little something. Obviously, you got to be hip to. If it's gonna go down a little bit, you got to be hip to what you're playing with. So, always be cautious.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm pretty uneasy about the staking part of it. I mean, if I didn't have PFPs, if I didn't have the PFPs, I'd probably hold more of it. But I'm just like, man, like it's so hard. But I'm like, shit. We're in a stage right now with photo finish where we're getting like Gen 1 horses. Or even, people can go back and buy Gen 0 still, right? Like Lacey. I mean, Lacey's a perfect example of like the move she's made by picking up some of these high class, studs that people were getting. And I still question as to why they even got rid of them at the prices. I mean, she's making that shit back. I mean, so you see the moves people are making, right? Like,
yeah.
I was wondering if Gen 1, fillies in particular would have much value. And I look at some of the big barns when the first horses came out, and I'm like, why would they be selling their original fillies and keeping the baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to track this shit, man. Like, these horses have value. You know what I'm saying? So if there's a good value out there, I will absolutely clear out every piece of this 10,000 Crown. And I probably have like another couple thousand in my wallet. I will absolutely clear that shit out for another filly right now.
That's where it is too. Like, I just saw chat. Yeah, I'm assuming everyone's adult in this. Yes, challenge accepted 100%.
It is so early, dude. That's just crazy.
It also depends when you staked it too. Like, I bought my Crown at 18 cents and staked it. It's 24 cents now, or 23 cents. Like, it's up. I couldn't stake it and sell it, but like, I'm just gonna, if it goes back down to 18 cents, I guess I just rebuy again and stake again. But like, it's gonna sit in my wallet and do nothing, or it's gonna sit here on the racetrack and earn. But I think now is the time, if you weren't staking, and this obviously isn't financial advice, there's two sets of, like, we only had Gen 0s, and then last month we had Gen 0s in crop 1. Now we have Gen 0s crop 1 and crop 2. So there's more racing. More racing means more racetrack, entries, means more, more returns. So like, I feel like now staking is like where you want it to be, or where you want to be if you're going to do it, because of the influx on racing alone.
Yeah. I mean, I typically like to have a little bit of variety in my life. Variety is the spice of life, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like I said, I guess for me, I guess if I was buying Crown, it would be a little bit different. But, early on, it was like 3 cents, 4 cents, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, going from there, like taking that, for me anyway, the return So for instance, yesterday I got back what was like $60 or whatever for the staking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's $720 for the year. I would gladly unload the amount of crown I have right now and buy a $2,500 filly. Because I'll shut that filly down, breed her out in 3 months, and if I grab an S or an S plus filly from there and sell that bitch for $3,000, it's gonna take me 5 years to make that return on the staking. Now, the difference is I don't own the crown anymore. And if that shit goes to $1, right, I'm gonna feel like a dick. That's where the profile pictures come in for me.
Yeah.
Like, I basically, I don't sell any of my PFP crown. That I stake.
That's fair.
But anything I get back from racing and all this other bullshit, I will stack that and unload it at a certain time when I feel it's right. Yeah. And move it, like I said, to a Gen 1 horse. Because I feel like, man, these horses are going to be such massive pieces, man. Like...
Yeah, it's like... What the hell was I going to say?
Yeah, so I derailed you.
Yeah, before, like... No, before, like, I didn't have the bankroll. Until we sold that full, and then I had a bankroll. So, like, I had to sell my crown to fund my racing.
Right.
I was selling it at 3, 4, or 5 cents, whatever, but like it was still entries into racing instead of depositing actual real money. But now, like, I have that bankroll. I don't have to worry about it. So it's like I'll just stake all the crown that I get. And I brought a small bag, like I said. If it goes up, I'll take it out and I'll sell it. Like, I'll rebuy it again. Like, it's fine. I'm gonna get some from racing anyway. It's just, it's one of those things you have to monitor. Like, there's obviously people out there, like the way you do it with the profile picture. I like that. You're getting it for nothing. Why not reinvest it and get more for nothing? Whereas when you're racing and getting the crown, I feel like that's stable funds, and not staking funds. Like, it's two separate monies. I have separate monies in my real life. Like, there's grocery monies, there's bill monies.
Mine's the same way.
There's frivolous money, and frivolous money is different, right? But yeah, I guess it just depends how you want to approach the game, how you want to do it. But
I don't know. I feel like if it was like Gen 2, 3, 4s, I probably wouldn't be so quick to do it. But like I said, I just feel like, man, like, you see the strength of some of these horses coming out, and it's like, the crown will always be there. I know it's gonna run out of stimmies, but like the crown will always be there.
Yeah.
I just feel like once you kind of like throw these bloodlines in for these early generations of horses, I feel like that's gonna be worth more than anything like the crown's gonna go to in the next like 6 months to a year. I could be wrong, but I mean that's kind of the angle I'm playing it. But again, I'm hedging it with my profile pictures. So if I'm wrong, then I'm still laughing to the bank because I mean there's fucking 20 profile pictures. So
yeah, I saw people's returns were looking kind of juicy, but yeah, that's profile pictures are out of my element. I chose not to get in on profile pictures and just buy some horses. But with that said, it is midnight.
Oh yeah, man.
Concluded, and I ran the numbers. Had I got my win bet in on the first race, this number would look a lot better. But we're not in the red. We're up 250 crown or 250 derby. So something's better than nothing. Just
hey,
gotta
$3.
And not bet these dumb bets sometimes. Some of these these hammer to show bets, like I said, the ones that I always bet the show end up 4th or 5th. So like, maybe I just throw them out. But yeah, race 1, the 6 was on my list, and I didn't put a win bet in. But I also didn't notice that I was the only bet in the show pool, or else that would have changed and would probably be up a little bit more. It closed at 10-1. We probably would have got somewhere around 7-1. Which is fucking $7 for every dollar, still nice. But we got it back in race 2 with the winner, who ended up going all 8-1. So that's not bad. 2 winners and then 2 second places on the solid bets. But yeah, we'll get it back. Ending in the green is better than ending in the red anytime, even if it's only $2 or $3. Profit's profit. That's one thing people.
I would agree.
Profit is profit, but
a free day out at the track is better than the bad day anywhere, or something like that.
They get it. It sucks to lose, and it's nice to win, even if the win is so small. But yeah, that's gonna come to an end tonight. I appreciate you calling the races as always.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me on. Like I said, I always try to tune in. I'm a lurker these days. I'm back out driving, trying to make some other money on the side. But I appreciate the shows, man. Glad to see you guys making the content. So thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Chat, thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out tonight.
Oh, Saturdays. Hold on. Saturdays, brother, real quick before I go. Saturdays, if you're ever around, even if you want to call in, me and my boy with the skin and bones thing, we're going to start doing the championship Saturdays. If you ever want to do the resident, betting stuff,
nice.
let me know, man. I'm going to say, I'll get a scene and everything set up for you. We'll have you just, do a quick call in and do some picks or something.
My Saturdays are dedicated to UFC, unfortunately. So, like, Saturday nights for me are off, but I'll,
all right, maybe just like record a little voice memo and shoot it to me on Discord or something with your picks. You know what I'm saying? We'll get a little segment going.
Like that.
Yeah,
I could. Yeah, Sowers asked me to do that with him for the derby.
For the derby.
Thing.
Yeah. But I'm running the championship races.
I hate doing pre-recorded scripted things. I just can't do it. But if I do it by myself and just do my picks, I think it might be easier. Because it's
like I said.
It's hard to do like pre-recorded stuff with someone you don't really have chemistry with. I don't really have like chemistry with Sowers like that yet. I know him and Devo did it, but him and Devo, they know each other like that. So
right.
It works out easier. So I'm just a loner, man. I like to do things by myself unless it's my boy Zook, and then it's a different story because me and him have chemistry like fucking crazy.
Oh, I remember you guys. I remember you guys from the Zed shows. Like I said, I used to tune in for those.
I'm trying to get him. He was at the hockey game. He's at the Rangers game tonight, so that's the only reason I didn't get him up. But yeah, normally, normally when he's off, he'll come hang out. But yeah.
All right, brother. Well, keep me posted. Let me know.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll definitely look into that because I'll talk about because I don't give a fuck. Because I wanted to with the derby and stuff coming around. I know y'all do the official show. But I'm trying to do an earlier stream and do like undercard wagering and shit. And then when it gets to the main, either host that stream on my page until it's over and then go back instead of just streaming over it. But I feel like if I could host in between and then switch back over, it'll work. But I wanted to do those for the derby days. But again, Saturdays I have to.
Yeah, I wish you would.
Really have to talk myself into not wanting to watch and bet on UFC that night.
Yeah, because I would love to do pre-shows, but I can't because I got to do all the production and I got all my scenes set up for the derby. So I could top on and I could call races for you guys while you're doing shit if you wanted those calls done.
I want to look into. I don't know the ins and outs of Twitch yet with like hosting and stuff. I don't know if I can host and then unhost and still be live.
No, but I gotta tell you, I mean, I know you gotta go, but I feel like the viewership for the derby is so fragmented anyway, we gotta figure that out. Yeah. We have to figure out a way to focus it on one channel, because even like the previous weekend, I had a few people on YouTube, and some people watch on Twitter, some people on... We have to figure out a way to really isolate either everybody to one channel or get all the chat and somehow feed that through the stream, which is actually very, very difficult. Especially when like Kick and other channels are involved because they just don't have it. But anyway, we'll talk more. But listen, if you could do a pre-show, I will jump in, call races, and help out as much as I can with that shit.
I know with Twitter, there's a way that you can watch two streams side by side. I don't know if you can have it where the chat is connected to either it has to be connected to one of the streams or it gives you the option to send to both. But I know you can pull two streams up and watch them side by side. Huh. That's also an option too. But
we'll look into it. If anything, maybe just simulcast it, and I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I wanted to do something like that. I just don't want, like I said, I don't want it to seem like I'm stepping on toes when I do like shit like this because it's two completely different two completely different shows. Y'all are doing like the pre-recorded like nice segments, and again, I'm just gonna sit here and go over the races and shoot the shit, But
I wouldn't foresee any issues with it. But
I just I like to be upfront with people and let them know. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Mo. Thursday night. What time you start? 9 o'clock or 10?
We usually start at 10:15.
All right, 10:15, and that's the second segment of After Dark in the week. So I'll hang out over there, and everyone else can let Fib know that he's not allowed to play favorites anymore.
That's right. Even I fight for that. Man of the people.
And check out MJ and all his tools as well. Again, I forgot what it's MJ Gaming on Twitch. Mo Knows on Kick and YouTube.
Yep, Mo Knows. Yep. YouTube, Kick, Twitter, all that good stuff.
I don't know if it's all absolute horsepower or ABS or ABH. I don't know if it's abbreviated. It stands on Twitter, absolute horsepower on Twitter. You can find it from there. And who the fuck else?
Basically, just join the Photo Finish Discord and
join the
check
Discord.
check over there, and we'll keep you guys up to date.
Yeah, that's the easiest. But that's gonna be it from us tonight. Mo, take it easy.
Thanks again, man. Appreciate you.
Have a good night.